with Roswell at 67 degrees on the 285. 70 degrees. Down we go to Carlsbad, Artesia, and Hobbs. Lovington temperatures about 67 degrees as well. Well, very warm temperatures in Carlsbad today at 70. 69 degrees, high clouds increasing for the Carlsbad Artesia area on Thursday. Middle 60s in Hobbs and Lovington, mid 60s Roswell. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Arberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Guess what day it is?
Love is in the air.
Guess what day it is?
Love is in the air.
Woo-wee, boy, I love Valentine's Day.
You're so beautiful.
Well, the things we do for love.
Looks like Cupid just shot his arrow.
It was love at first sight.
Valentine's Day is the best holiday of the year.
It was love at first sight.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Showtime.
And good morning to you. The question of the day, we're making it, Bill, very easy. Shout-outs, Valentine's. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. You want to talk about anything else, we can talk about it. But Valentine's Day, if you want to pledge your love to somebody, we can take that. Tom, anybody you want to pledge your love to?
My daughters, both of them. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay.
Any love interest?
Nah.
Okay.
It's not in the neighborhood
Blake,
right now.
any love interest?
Absolutely. You want to wish happy Valentine's Day to my wife, and Kim is her name, so for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And
What'd you get her?
I love her more and more every day.
What'd you get her for Valentine's?
I'm not telling you.
So,
Gee, thank you for contributing to the show.
Well,
my wife, God bless her, keeping me on the right path every day and keeping me well. My caregiver, my wife, my friend, God bless her, and all is good. Tom, it finally happened to me today. By the way, she got flowers, balloons,
Hello.
and gold.
there you go.
And gold.
So what happened to you? It finally happened. What?
I'm on cholesterol medicine.
Uh-oh.
So, when you try to do everything the right way, I have fought getting on cholesterol medicine for the past 2 years. And when you try losing weight, exercising, eating right, doing everything, and taking all the herbs that I'm supposed to take to keep the cholesterol down, and it's still up, then maybe it's time to get on the meds. So tonight will be my first dose.
More leafy green.
So
More leafy
I
greens.
will try more leafy greens, but damn. I was totally disappointed when he said that. And I got to donate blood. So Friday we're going to the city, try to donate blood. If not, I'm just going to stab myself and donate some blood.
Yeah.
I asked the doctor, I said, can you just do a therapeutic dump of blood where you pull it out and just dump it?
What'd they say?
And he said, no, go try to find somebody to donate it to. Problem donating it, they have their own criteria, so we'll see. Right. But it needs to come out, and that's the reason why I feel like crap and the cholesterol and the neck and a whole bunch of other crap.
Surely you could find, like, a phlebotomist over there that could do that for you.
I would hope. God bless. We'll try. And because I had all that going on, no Ash Wednesday, no ashes today.
None for Tom either.
No, none for Tom. Ash Wednesdays today, Frederick Douglass Day, International Book Giving Day. Tom, when's the last book you read and gave to somebody else?
Gave it. I don't know about giving.
Well, what was the last book that you read?
It's been a while. The Danielle Steele series.
Say what?
The Danielle.
Danielle,
there you go.
Steele?
Yeah.
You do know those are chick books.
Well, because my first ex-wife got me hooked on them.
And how long ago was this that you read a book?
It's been a while.
I'm just wondering. Wow.
I'm not sure Danielle Steele actually still writes her books. I know she had some tutor, not tutor. She had some,
ghostwriters.
Oh, that's
yes, and those coming up under her.
And you know who else is doing it? Tom Clancy's doing the same thing now.
Well, yeah, he kind of has to because he's not on this side of the dirt.
Yeah, but even before he died, he was doing the same thing. Who's the other big? I'm trying to think of the guy. Not Tom Clancy. I'm trying to think of the other guy that writes so many books.
Grisham?
Grisham?
No.
No.
And he also, who's the guy that Dolly Parton wrote a book with him?
I don't.
The Hunt for Red October. That was Clancy.
Clancy.
Was
there
Clancy.
you go.
I'm trying to think of the Dolly Parton actually wrote a book with one of them. That's the guy that uses.
Yeah, Stephen King talked about it one time, and he said that he has lots of offers for apprentices to do that for him. And
James Patterson. Patterson.
Okay.
Yeah,
but he won't do it.
James Patterson has bunches of ghostwriters.
Interesting.
So, and he does give them credit. So,
now,
of course, I don't know damn books.
Tom, being a big Danielle Steele fan, which one is your favorite?
Well, you know, she got the series. There was 20 of them back in the day.
What were they?
Some of them had love titles on them.
Well, which one was your favorite?
All of them.
No, they were all good, Blake. I mean, everybody.
She got through with one book, and then I would read
if you want to
another one.
obfuscate, just ask.
But
you want to see what that looks like. Just
But
ask Tom a
interesting
question.
story that she got me hooked on the second Valentine's Day that we celebrate together. And here's a good book you might want to read.
Well, that's what we're waiting for. We've been talking about it for 3 minutes
go ahead and
now.
tell us about it. League of Women Voters Day going on, Library Lovers Day. Tom is a big lover of libraries. Also, Ferris Wheel Day, National Have a Heart Day, National Organ Donors Day. So important. If you go get your license, even you can change that online to be an organ donor. You look, my dad died of kidney disease. We got a good friend that needs a kidney as we speak. It is so important. Just check that box. Check that box. I mean, you could save how many people's lives with your body? I'm a donor, have been for many, many years. Read to Your Children Day going on all day today and Valentine's Day. Joe Biden looked lost and confused at the joint press conference with the King of Jordan. Yeah, he heard Jordan and he thought he was at a Bulls game. Yeah. President looked lost as he wandered from the side to side around the king, eyes fixated on the floor as he was looking for something. But to be honest, this was a great press conference for Joe because unlike his approval rating, it didn't come to a crash to the ground. That's the only reason. A recent report says that phone service providers are getting closer to ending landlines. We talked a little bit about that. So this is terrible news for anybody that's over the age of like 70. There are some positive things when it comes to landlines. No drop calls, no need for cell service, and very cheap to cost. So only way you'll actually get your mom or grandmother to turn up that phone is it's going to be tough. I've talked to my mom about that earlier in the week. So IP phones that look just like the landline phones are probably the answer. And they do make them, so you can check those out. All right, weather this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 firearms in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. They can trade in. They accept a trade-in for your old gun to get a better gun, trade-in to trade up. Want to sell your guns, they can handle that too. Expert staff at Zia Guns. If you're looking for a gun, they've got you covered. Ladies, if you're looking for personal protection, go in there, talk to them about lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Beautiful day today. Sunny skies and 69. 35 coming up tonight. And sunny tomorrow, getting close to 70.
Ooh.
But by Friday night, we're below freezing. And Saturday, we're going to be in like the 40s. Yeah. 40s on Friday night. So we got colder weather in the forecast. 30 on Friday night and 47 on Saturday. 29 Saturday night, and then back in the 60s on Sunday.
As long as the wind's not too bad, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't see any wind in the forecast, so it looks like we're going to be okay. All right, tweet of the day on the way. By the way, weather this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com. Valentine's Day. Today is the last day. You can get 25% off. 25% off when you go online at atlasmakeupmirror.com. Or you can just stop into Albertsons and Hobbs or Carlsbad or Midland, Odessa. Just stop in Market Street and check that out. But use the discount code W105 to get 25% off. They have them in the office. They're wrapped and ready to go. Pick one up and bring that home. She will love the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Weighs less than 4 pounds. Comes in a traveling case. 3 mirrors, times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification, and very well lit up with LED lights. Call Rebecca today, 575-631-3189. Tom and the Tex.
All right,
this morning
B.
on a Valentine's Day.
Oh, B, this suggestion for you from one of the texts. Why don't you try the prescribed Repatha for cholesterol if it happens to be genetic?
Repatha.
Repatha?
Whichever way you say it.
Anyway, they're suggesting that be for you. So you might want to try it. But he says, dang, Tom, I thought you were going to say Hillary Clinton for your Valentine's.
Yeah.
I like to say Hillary's so hot. Let's get together and read a Danielle Steele book together.
I got a book that I'm actually reading that I need to give to Tom when I'm done so he can read it.
Oh.
It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear.
What?
Atomic Habits by James Clear.
I just got finished reading Lon Meyer's Defense. And so got finished with that, and now I'm doing a reread because I do that from time to time. Right. So I'm reading Lone Survivor again.
Okay.
The Marcus Luttrell book. So I'm rereading or listening. I don't want to make anybody think I'm actually reading the book. I listen to the books as I walk, as I
but that counts.
Of course it counts.
You know, I mean.
Dictionary.com adding 1,700 words. How
really?
Can we invent all these new words?
Good.
Okay, some of the words. No, there's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Urban slang.
Girl dinner.
Girl
dinner. I mean, is that really a word? Sounds like 2 words to me.
Right.
I'm just saying. Not Aiden. Barbie core.
Okay.
Slow fashion. And climate breakdown.
Hey,
I'm just going to say, Mr. Webster is looking down right now going, BS.
We already had a word for slow fashion. It's called slob.
Yes. There you go. Marvel Studios, Deadpool and Wolverine trailers, 24 hours after they aired during the Super Bowl, they have already got 365 million hits online. Yeah. The most all-time viewed trailer ever.
Awesome. And the least Disney impacted Marvel movie.
Yeah, which might make it a huge hit. 619, the budget heading to the governor's desk. That budget at $10.22 billion. That is a 6.8% increase from last year, retaining about 31% reserve. Budget includes $4.3 billion in reoccurring funds for public schools. And also $532 million for public safety, including law enforcement recruiting and equipment. That heads to the governor's desk today. She will sign that. For sure, she's signing off on that. Oh, yeah. Lloyd Austin, released from the hospital. Of course, was back in the hospital. Now he was released. Went into the hospital for, what was it, prostate cancer?
Yep.
The first time.
Originally, yes.
And then had a bladder issue this time, but is out of the hospital and recovering well, is what they say.
Hope he's all right.
A man caught in a sex traffic ring in Lubbock. This is a Carlsbad story also, because he took the teen to West Texas and New Mexico. He admits he's guilty.
Oh, my.
Jarlene Fontan, known as Valentino. Cool. Yeah, cool name, man. Became the latest of the last 5 people to admit his guilt after sex trafficking a missing Lubbock teenager across West Texas into eastern New Mexico, according to the federal court documents that were obtained yesterday. EverythingLubbock.com previously reported the teenager went missing on November 28, 2022, and she reported missing December 13th. Court records show that it was not immediately reported to authorities because the teen was a habitual runaway. When the teen left Lubbock, she was sex trafficked by a different group in Odessa and eventually taken to Carlsbad, New Mexico. The initial group consisted of Cameron Pfeiffer, 24, Bianca Vega, 22, Darlene Thomas, 32, and they actually left the victim at a Carlsbad motel on January 15th. Court records show that that's where Fontaine and Sarah Gonzalez recruited her into the sex operation.
Hey.
This guy is going away for a long, long time.
Good.
Don't know how long, but he's going away for a long time.
He'll meet lots of new friends.
Yeah, I hope he gets some really good friends. Border Patrol, we'll talk about encounters for the month of January. High or low? Tom, you think they're up or down?
I think they're up.
Okay, we'll get to that coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by David Trujillo, running for District 1, Lee County Commissioner. He is a registered Republican. He is a veteran, Desert Storm veteran, served 15 years in the Army and the Reserve. He is an OSHA instructor, safety supervisor for the last 17 years, and has served, so he's got plenty of experience, has served 20 years as a city commissioner, mayor or mayor pro tem in Lovington. And David understands how important it is to go out and get capital money from the state. This is what I like to call free money, because they're going to give it to somebody. And so David understands how to get money for, at the time for Lovington. If he becomes commissioner, he'll fight for, Lee County as a whole. He was able to achieve $21 million in that road construction that is going down right now on Main Street. Find David he's on Facebook, David Trujillo, running for County Commissioner District 1 in Lee County. He's a Republican. Follow him on Facebook. Tom on the text, if you would.
All right, on the Valentine's shout-outs this morning. Good morning, guys. I want to wish my husband, Patrick Morrison, happy anniversary and happy Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
I love you very much.
Got to say, it's amazing that you put up with him that long.
He's a good buddy of ours, that's for sure.
He is. They're good. Both of them are awesome.
Absolutely.
Folks.
Hey, guys, get a traffic alert here. Lots of cops out on 285 between Roswell and Artesia. Again, lots of law enforcement out on 285 between Roswell and Artesia. I'll get more on that. This report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Find him today. Reminding you to slow down, be safe, and get home to your family. Carry on, Tom, 625.
All right. And John in Carlsbad, he's saying, has the Biden administration forgotten about a time and a place of our choosing with Iran.
Yep.
He says this morning.
That was just to put you off.
Oh, right. And Greg, he's chiming in. He said, I just read the book Under the Bleachers by Seymour Butts. It's great, says Greg this morning.
Seymour Butts. Yes.
It was his It was his follow-up to Don't Eat the Yellow Snow.
Yeah.
And another texter's asking, by the way, Dewey, you have an update on Will.
Will, as I've spoken to him multiple times today, and doing good. Doing good.
That's good. And one more text.
Still waiting on one of the donors did not get accepted, but he is now on other list. Okay. They have put him on other list, which is awesome. And the other thing is that he's got another person that is donating. So we'll see if he
matches up pretty good.
Yeah, if he matches up and is ready to go. So that's actually good news.
Because the donor also has to be cleared health-wise.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to be cleared. They need to make sure the donor is healthy enough to give up a kidney.
Right. So prayers and thoughts continue for Will.
Yes, thoughts and prayers. I love the way you turned that upside down.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I had to chuckle because we got a few other texts coming in.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Well, Smokey in Arizona said, "Good morning, guys." And Tom, try for the love of God not to be an idiot today. Says he says this morning, Smokey.
Danielle still.
Yeah. And Jal Patriot is wishing my wonderful wife a happy anniversary and happy Valentine's Day. That's another one that's an anniversary today. She's the best thing that has ever happened to me. Well, happy anniversary to you this morning.
And another Valentine there, Tom.
And I want to wish my wife, Jerry Carroll, a very happy Valentine's Day. I love you, baby. So the texts are coming in, 1-877-396-9105.
And this other texter says, I just read the book, Tom is a Dumbass, by Ever E. Human.
Wait, I'm working on that book. I haven't released it yet.
He must be
Don't give up the ending, please. Please do not be a spoiler.
It must be the excerpts. Excerpts.
Don't be a spoiler.
I am going to give you.
We all know how this is going to end. So, all right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They're there for you. If you need product out in the patch, on-road, off-road, gas, diesel, DEF value, interstate batteries. Look, they go off-road to get it to you. Find out more information, WakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is, this is no longer winter. Straight up harassment for some people in the country. Straight up. All right, 6:28. I'm going to get to the price of oil. Got the tweet of the day. Let me do the tweet of the day, and then we'll come back with the price of oil. 6:28 tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. You can find them at 1430 West Bender and Hobbs. 4-week course taught by a CDL instructor that is licensed through the state of New Mexico, certified through the state of New Mexico. No computers, no books. Everything is hands-on training. They do 2 weeks of training when it comes to giving you all the knowledge that you'll need, the theory, and then 2 weeks on the road. They have a very flexible course times, and they are willing to work with you. Right now, save $500 on enrollment when you mention being the Breakfast Club. 575-441-7835, or stop by at 1430 West Bender in Hobbs for more information. Tweet of the day. This is different. This is a gay man fighting back against what is going on in the LGBTQ today. He's saying, back in the day, we just wanted to be normal. Listen to him.
Those of us who spent like 30 years in the gay rights movement, as it were, our core objective was to remind people, we did in the 80s and 90s, really. We said, We just want to be like you. We don't want to change your life in any way. What we did was emphasize what we have in common with everyone else, not what sets us apart. In other words, what we were doing was a universalist human experiment. What they're doing is a very particularist, identity-based defense of it, which appeals to no one because it's not even asking anybody to agree or disagree. It's demanding obedience because, again, this comes down to philosophically. If you believe in power, if you believe in truth. They don't believe in truth. They don't believe there's any stable truth, let alone about biology or anything else. So the only way they can do this is by the exercise of raw power.
Man, I heard that this morning and I went, man, he is spot on.
Yeah, he
Back
keeps
in the
going,
day,
too. I mean, he talks, that interview lasts for like 10 minutes.
Back in the day, gays just wanted to be, they just wanted to be part of America.
Regular folks, yeah.
Regular folks.
Well, and
Now,
I would say a vast majority today still do.
Yes.
That's just
but
not.
they're afraid to speak up.
Yep, because they've been overtaken.
Yeah, they have. The lunacy has taken over. 631. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cud Energy Services. Right now, they are hiring. If you're looking for a job, they're looking for you. You got to be the best of the best. Go to work for Cud or Spinnaker. Right now, they're looking for service supervisor in training program, CDL required. Diesel mechanics. Yeah, they're looking for great diesel mechanics. Electric technicians, the E-techs, they're looking for you. Equipment operators, CDL is required. And if you are an experienced pressure pump hand, they're looking for you. Housing's available. They offer great pay, one of the best benefit packages in the industry, equal opportunity employer, and, of course, they are a drug-free employer. Get in touch with Cud Energy Services or Spinnaker Cementing Solutions. Text Oilfield to 63566 or just go to the website, greatoilfieldjobs.com. Apply today. Price of oil, Tom.
West Texas Intermediate, $78.05, $83 even for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas be $1.68.
All right, Gabe Vasquez. Tom, would that be one of your favorite people, Gabe Vasquez? Congressman Dave Vasquez, representing New Mexico like nobody else. and I beg to ask this question. Why would you get up and speak on the House floor? Let me just say, if everybody did this, say my friend that is from Louisiana, if he got up and spoke Cajun French, and then if Congressman Wu got up and spoke Mandarin, and then the one Vietnamese representative got up and spoke Vietnamese. Do you get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Maybe we got some Polish people and German people. If everybody gets up and speaks their language, it's chaos.
Yeah.
It is chaos.
It's the United
Here we go.
Nations.
This is what's representing us in Washington, D.C.
Hoy estoy presente entre ustedes para contarles sobre mi visita al Centro Correccional del Condado de Cibola y para demandar cambios al...
Okay, so, look, I have no problem with people that speak Spanish. Wonderful language, great language. Have zero problem if you speak Spanish.
Right.
But if you're going to represent New Mexico, what do you think's the percentage of lawmakers that actually speak Spanish in the House?
3%.
Tom, what do you think?
I'm agreeing with Blake, about 3 to 5%.
If it's 3%.
Yeah.
If it is 3%. All this is grandstanding the show. Look at me. I speak fluent Spanish, and I'm speaking to my my folks.
Yes, that's exactly
Open border, Gabe Vasquez is all you're doing. By the way, your message is not heard in the chamber.
That's right.
Nobody understands what you're saying. But Greg grandstanding. Yvette Harold, please win. He's got to go.
Get to
he
voting,
hates the oil
folks.
field.
Yeah.
He hates America.
He wants to shut down the oil field. Not only does he hate it, if you work in the oil field, he wants you to be unemployed.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, look, Spanish is a beautiful language, and I don't care what language people speak.
No.
I don't. You speak Spanish at your house, great. But the point is, nobody's getting that message because he's speaking on the House floor, not to his constituents, but to other representatives who don't understand what the hell he's saying. And when you get up and say and speak, you're not talking to your constituents. You're talking to your fellow representatives to try to sway them one way or another. What a BS move. Serious.
Well,
not good.
He wants that to be played so that anyone that's here that speaks Spanish will say, "Oh, he's my people."
Yeah.
It's a ruse to bamboozle people.
No doubt. Border encounters soaring record high for January. The number was 176,000. 176,000 on the southern border. Yeah.
Wow, it's like
so. Don't let anybody tell you the numbers are down.
It's like a Lubbock coming in.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Yes, 100% right. Valentine's Day, best cities for local flowers. New York City is number one. Miami, San Francisco, Seattle, Los Angeles. Worst cities, South Fulton, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, League City, Texas made the list.
Well, that's because there's no flower shops there. It's all oil related.
Hey, I ordered flowers today. Went on Facebook and found a florist, and she did an awesome job.
So how is Tyler, Texas, like one of the rose capitals, not on that list of best flower cities?
Yeah, no, Houston, one of the best florists. And if you're ever driving through Houston and you're getting off, I think it's 59. There's actually the Chinese section of town, and there's like all these places selling roses on the side of the road stuff. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Kansas bill is going to allow pregnant women to claim child support. So I want you to think, if you get a woman pregnant, she needs stuff while she is pregnant before she has the baby.
That's
and
true.
So this would make people liable for child support payments even before the baby is born in Kansas.
How do you prove fatherhood?
Well, that's a whole. I think there's a way to do that.
I mean,
No, there is a way to do that.
Yeah, but
it's not a fun procedure, though.
No. That needle goes through the belly button.
There's a way to do that. Guess who was disqualified from the Senate race running against Ardenheim?
Sure.
Manny Gonzalez needed 2,351 signatures, only turned in 875. Wow.
I wonder if Nella Domenici getting in the race made him back off.
I think maybe so.
I think that could be. I think he probably just gave up. Yeah. I mean, with her in the race, she's got name recognition.
Yes.
Biden talks about Ukraine and Ukraine funding. And listen to what he said. And Blake, I want you to let's let Tom see what's wrong with this.
Okay.
Let's Blake, don't jump in. Let Tom figure out what's wrong with it. Here we go.
I will not walk away. I can't imagine any other president walking away. For as long as I'm president, if Putin attacks a NATO ally, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory.
Tom, what's the matter with that?
He's talking.
Well, he's not wrong.
All right, Blake, what's the problem?
The Ukraine is not a NATO territory.
Thank you. Damn, Tom.
Well, at least I was correct. A little bit correct.
Wow. Yeah, NATO is not part of the UN. They're not an ally.
I want to correct Tom here real quick before we move on.
Yeah.
I said you were not wrong. I did not say you were. I did not say you were correct.
Thanks, Blake. I love it, baby.
Two different things.
Show me some love about that.
Yeah, not really. Why is this continuing to go on? This war in Ukraine. New report came out
Biden pocket
yesterday. Did you see the report, Blake?
I did not, actually.
So the new report came out that supposedly there was a peace deal.
Really?
Yeah. And by the way, Tucker Carlson said in an off-record chat, Putin said that he believes that said that he was ready to compromise on Ukraine. Wow. He's ready. He was ready to end the war. A peace deal. But new reports just coming out is that Biden rejected Putin's proposal for a ceasefire in late 2023 and as early as 2024, even as Biden pushed for another $60 billion in assistance for Ukraine. There is no way that Ukraine is going to win this war. All we're going to do is keep dumping money. That's it.
Well, he's got to keep padding his bank account.
Yeah.
Well, and Julian Assange back in 2011, talking about Afghanistan, and it fits with Ukraine. Listen.
Because the goal is not to completely subjugate Afghanistan. The goal is to use Afghanistan to wash money out of the tax bases of the United States, out of the tax bases of European countries, through Afghanistan, and back into the hands of a transnational security elite. That is the goal, i.e. the goal is to have an endless war, not a successful war.
There you go. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. All right, Lauren Boebert and the update on what happened yesterday. We'll get to that coming up in a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. Driving on 128 this morning. Exit Buck Jackson Road. Fill her up at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. They accept all fleet cards, debit cards, and credit cards. And they offer unleaded green diesel and red diesel. Just right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Check them out today, Twin Wells Fuel Station. Tom on the text.
All right. Our heart doctor, this text is saying, prescribed us the Repatha shot. Now, I shot every other week. Give it to yourself, though, B. It does dissolve the plaque. And it goes on to say that most doctors say they have never even heard of it. But another, suggestion for you on that situation. And, buddy, what if the baby don't make it? Does baby daddy get a refund? He's asking this morning.
Man, I don't know how that would work.
So he's asking about that. And good morning, guys. This is John in Pio, Texas. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Valentine's Day. It's an awesome thing to have Valentine's Day on Ash Wednesday. No greater love story than the story of Jesus.
Amen.
Says John this morning. Amen. Definitely on that one.
Yeah, my wife bought 62-month supply of this medication for cholesterol, and I'm like, why you buy so much? What happens if I decide not to take it? And she was complaining about the price. 60 pills. It was 1,400 pesos, $24.92.
Wow.
Just like,
man, big spender.
Right?
Yes.
Come by
Thank
that.
You, by the way. Thank you for saving my life. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express implementing a code to track gun purchases.
Yes, I saw that.
In California. So Visa, MasterCard, American Express. By the way, pay cash. Implementing special merchant code to track gun sales and gun-related purchases. Even if you're buying ammo.
Yep.
They're tracking you. I don't understand how somebody can track your purchases without a court order.
Because they lean to the left and they just say so. It's all in the name of safety. It's for the children.
Joe Biden, the big guy, Tony Bobulinski, spoke yesterday at the impeachment hearing and impeachment inquiry. And said it again. Look, this case goes back before the election. Tony Bobulinski came forward and said, look, I was an associate of Hunter Biden until I figured out he was a sleazebag, and Joe was the big guy.
Right.
But nobody believed him. I remember me and Will doing Two Ball Guys on the Right. Tony Bobulinski came out. I thought, well, there's the smoking gun.
Yep.
Nah, no smoking gun, just like the laptop. Two-tier justice system.
Yeah.
6:45, 15 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth Wheels, Travel Trailer. They got the toy haulers and more ultralights. Give them a call, 575-622-1751. Main Trailer Sales Inc.com. Take the virtual tour of every unit on either one of their lots. There's 2 in Roswell. They've got all of them up on that website. You can take the virtual tour. Look, these guys have been around almost 70 years, treating people the right way. That's why people keep coming back. And now you've got generational after generations of families keep coming back to Main Trailer Sales. Check them out, MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. It's going to be a nice day today. 69 and sunny, 35 tonight, and then 69 and sunny for Thursday. Maybe cooler weather just in time for the weekend. Tom on the text.
All right, B, there's another accident we need to report. According to a texter, there's a wreck coming out of Carlsbad about 5 miles out. Another wreck. This texter saying that Carlsbad about 5 miles out. And I'll get more on that here in a minute. I'll text my source. This report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com.
All right, on the shout, Valentine's shout out. I want to wish my beautiful wife, Sandy Devine, 42 years of still counting, my best friend and the love of my life. Happy Valentine's Day.
That's awesome.
You. Yeah, awesome. And child support B will probably be retroactive on that situation we were talking about.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this other text says half of the country thinks New Mexico is Mexico already.
Right.
Now Vasquez's dumb ASS is just to solidify
Look,
solidify that thought.
I have nothing against somebody speaking Spanish when it's appropriate.
No.
But, I mean, just imagine that somebody, a representative, went before Mexico's legislator and started speaking English on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They would chastise him.
Yep.
They would chastise him.
Mm-hmm.
When they start speaking Arabic, I'll say the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Speak English.
Well, and really what that's signaling is, I'm not white.
Well, no, I think it's even bigger than that. I think it's signaling I'm not for America.
Well,
I'm for look at me, look at me, look at me.
Mm-hmm. We should get rid of the border.
Yeah, no doubt. Lauren Boebert.
Yep.
Representative from Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Move districts.
Hot. Lauren Boebert gives us an update on what happened yesterday.
In the last 24 hours, House Republicans blocked sending nearly $100 billion of your money to prolong foreign endless wars. And just now, we impeached Secretary Mayorkas, who's endangered our country by deliberately handing over control of our southern border to the cartel. Yep. Now that's delivering for the American people, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
And I'm happy that they went through the procedure, but it ain't going nowhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Nowhere. It's not going anywhere. I mean, the Senate's going to get it and not going to go anywhere. Nowhere. And there were actually 3 Republicans that voted against this.
Same 3.
Yeah, 3.
Same 3 that were last time.
Yeah.
But they got Steve Scalise back, and that was the difference.
Yeah. Last night we lost the Santos. Where is that story? I know I had it in here.
We did.
Anyway, we lost that seat.
Mm-hmm.
So Democrats take over the seat that belonged to Santos. And you know what I don't get? Why is Menendez still in office?
Wow.
Why is Menendez? I mean, this guy took money from foreign entities.
Because he's Democrat.
Oh. So the Democrats flipped that seat.
Well, but sort of. I mean, Susie had the seat before Santos because he quit to run for governor or mayor or something. I forget which. I think it was governor. That he had left that seat for, and so he comes back to it. Now I just want to point out to all the Democrats out there that voted for the white guy Tom Susie in New York that they did not vote for the minority candidate, a woman minority, because she was Republican.
Yeah. Well, no, we can't have that.
And if that would have been flipped, and the party affiliation was the other way, they would be screaming at the top of their lungs about the white guy winning. Just saying.
Yeah. Bill creating a state meat inspectors program moves forward. So we just keep growing government. That's for sure. Don't we already have like USDA inspectors?
Well, yeah.
Don't we have livestock inspectors?
Supposed to.
So this bill will directly affect New Mexico ranchers. A proposal making its way through the roundhouse aimed at producers that are taking their beef to our beef or pork or whatever for processing get inspected by the state. I'm wondering what's the upside to this. Have we had a problem with our meat in New Mexico?
No,
I haven't heard nothing
other than the
Anybody
shortage.
got sick? No, anybody's gotten sick from eating our meat?
No, no. All the meat that makes people sick is the imported meat.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering what's the upside to this, or are we just growing government jobs? I think we're just
you hit on the nose.
Jobs. Yeah. Governor of New Mexico yesterday ordered that the flags fly at half staff to honor the Las Cruces Police Department office. Yes. Day late, $1 short. That happened Saturday.
Right.
And you're just coming out and doing it Tuesday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
A little late. Mm-hmm. A little late. I mean, and by God, I think everybody is grieving the loss of this police officer that was. And by the way, came out that the guy that actually committed the crime, suspect that was responsible for the death, the man they believe that was responsible for the death of that police officer, Jonah Hernandez, the officer, that guy has been identified. Las Cruces police say 29-year-old Armando Silva stabbed Hernandez. By the way, this guy has a long list of offenses. Yeah. I mean, like a laundry list. He's a known criminal in the Las Cruces area. So, long history of violent and mental illness.
That sounds like a Gabe Vasquez area.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And Gabe's tough on crime, right?
Not at all.
Just one more agonizing reminder of the broken New Mexico criminal justice system that is a revolving door for these violent thugs. Just another reminder of the dangers that our officers are under every day.
Absolutely. We need to pray for
them
all.
But the governor is more worried about guns than she is fixing the problem.
She's not worried about guns. She's worried about you owning a gun.
Yeah, she wants to control. Yeah. California hit with 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes overnight.
God.
First strike just after midnight.
Where'd this happen in California?
So, yeah, just after midnight, and El Centro, city on the southern border of California. A couple of those rang out at 4.8 magnitude, but 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, KWMW Malmsbury, 105.1 FM. Joy Behauer is very upset at you MAGA Trump supporters. You young kids, you're going to be the ones fighting these wars. Wait, Trump never had us in any war.
Joe Biden does.
Oh, yeah, but, here we go.
All weekend, I was ruminating about what he said about getting us out of NATO. I don't think that people understand what that means.
Yeah.
You know, I saw this.
By the way, that's not what Trump said.
No. And she was ruminating?
Yeah. What Trump said was that other countries need to pay their fair share or America should leave. I mean, why would we be the bag man that puts all the money in the bag?
Well, and he said that there should be a tiered system for those that pay and don't pay.
So we protect predominantly
everyone.
Europe. Why wouldn't Europe pay most of it? Remember when he went to the meeting and said, hey, France, Germany, Spain, and the list goes on and on. You're paying like 2% each. Why are we paying 60%? We're here to protect you, and we're paying the bill. That's because he's a businessman. He gets it. And so, Germany came back and said, okay, we'll pay 6%. France came back and said, we'll pay 5%.
Whatever. Well, good for them, though. I mean, at least they said they will.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got them to increase it. By the way, those numbers went down when Biden got in office. So Joy Behauer continues about you people fighting wars.
It's a video of all these young MAGA guys celebrating Trump and Bubba. Well, you know what? You guys will be draft age. Yeah. You want to start up with the Russians going into Ukraine and then to Crimea and then to Poland. What's next? France, Germany, Italy? You think Americans are not going to be involved in that kind of a war? That's what you're looking at with this guy. I hate to bring up Hitler, but before Hitler became powerful, he stuck his little toe in. And the Brits and the Americans, everybody appeased him and said, he's not going to get worse.
So is she saying that Trump is Hitler, or is she saying Putin is like Hitler?
She's saying Putin is like Hitler.
Okay.
But, I'm not even going to go there.
So irresponsible.
Trump had us in no wars, and part of the reason he had us in no wars is because he's not a warmonger. He's against senseless wars that kill American young men and women.
Well, and there was a report not that long ago that said that Putin would not have gone into the Ukraine had Trump still been president.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
Well, there's a position of power.
I like that she called herself a cow.
Yeah.
Because she said she was ruminating. Only cows ruminate.
Yeah. Carrie Jean-Pierre talks about the Hur report, and I think Hur is wrong.
And I just want to be really clear, it's not just us. There was also a bipartisan voices and illegal experts who have said it was flatly wrong, right? It was gratuitous. It was inappropriate how that was characterized in the special counsel's report. I will add that this was a 15-month investigation that interviewed 150 witnesses, examined 7 million records, and cost $3.5 million of the taxpayer money.
You had no problem. I mean, wait. Democrats are worried about money?
Right. Only when it points out their flaws.
Right.
I mean, when you're handing out billions, you're worried about money? Wow. Biden, in the next break, we'll play some cuts from Biden. He's very desperate for votes, black votes. We'll get to that. And he walks away, says, I'm not going to answer your questions. I'll be back. He's not coming back. He is not coming back. Tom on the text got one more story. We'll take a break. It's 7:59. We're W105.
All right. Text says, I am going to take a play out of Tom A's playbook and get her a bucket of chicken. And then it's Chuck-a-Beer time, says the texter. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tom wonders why he was married for 92 days and only laid down with the ex-wife 5 times. That bucket of chicken don't go far.
Well, it did at the time.
Hell no, it didn't.
Buddy's chiming in. Sounds like she was talking about MLG being Hitler, says the text.
Look, MLG is not even on their radar.
No, they don't care about her. She thinks she's on the radar.
Right.
No, she.
Another text says, B, it's all about the money. New Mexico.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, New Mexico's getting their hands in the pockets of our ranchers alongside of the government. And don't forget the control power of our food supplies, says the text.
And you got to remember, they throw everything everywhere all at once. You know, they're not stopping working on the 30 by 30 and the 50 by 50 plan. And all of this goes right into that.
And our dumb governor, says this one text, can't even understand Vasquez. Laugh out loud. Does she speak Spanish? I've never heard her speak Spanish.
No, she speaks Spanish.
Does she? Okay.
She speaks Spanish.
Well,
I've seen her dance a cumbia once. Boy, those little stubby legs, they were going. All right, 7:01, be on the Breakfast Club. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, beautiful Mayhill, New Mexico. Scott and Jamie Miller, man, they made so many improvements up there. Added RV hookups, additional cozy cabins. They've got the raised platform campsites. Lots of things to do. All the amenities you will ever need. If you got a big gathering plan, family reunion, church gathering, sports teams go out there for retreats all the time. They can handle all of that. They offer a host of activities, and it's always something going on at Camp of the Tall Pines. CampTallPines.com, 575-687-4101. Follow them on Facebook. Webcam is up. Check that out. Sunny today, 69. Low tonight, 35. 69 and sunny for Thursday. Temperatures dropping for Saturday, back in the 60s for Sunday. Looks like a tragic consequence to the Biden administration's de facto open border policy continues to reverberate through the American society. CBS 7, Midland, reports 10-year-old boy leaving his school was struck and hit and run over by a driver who was later apprehended. The driver the child was in critical condition when the news broke. He later died. Helio Ortiz Olivares also uses the name Ortiz Perez. In the past, this guy has been deported 5 different times from the United States of America. By the way, he entered again illegally. They deported him. He entered again illegally. He was deported again. And then he entered again, and guess what? He was deported and then came back. So we have to ask our questions. How does a guy like that get a driver's license if he was even driving with a license?
Oh, you know he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Texas is pretty tough on who they give license to.
Yeah, you don't get one if you're here illegally. Unless you have documentation that's not you that you use, and that's considered forgery.
Yeah,
right.
Americans are dying in this invasion. Don't tell me any different. One political party in America could give a care less. Sad, but true. Tom, anything else before we go? It's 7:04.
Yeah, this one text is saying, every time you play one of those Democratic clips, it makes me start cussing at the radio. I mean, these godless people make me
I'm glad I'm
sick.
helping with the cussing.
You get sick of that.
I got Joe Biden coming up in a second.
Another texter said, Tom can't even understand Vasquez either. Well, he tried to speak that fancy Spanish.
That fancy Spanish?
Yeah.
You mean not the Tex-Mex Spanish?
There you go, not the Tex-Mex.
What the heck is fancy Spanish?
Well, the custodian Spanish.
Custodian?
There you go. The custodian.
The custodian. What was it, a guy cleaning up, speaking Spanish?
Oh, my God. You should be cleaning the floor, right?
Oh, my God.
So.
A little racist, Tom.
Yeah, well, it's coming from Tom A.
Still racist.
I'm brown, so who cares?
You can still be racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can be a brown racist? Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I know that.
All right, one more text. Hurry up.
We've gone cut up here, B.
All right, thank you, Tom. Check of the news this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. Look, you don't want to spend the entire weekend. You worked hard all week long. You don't want to spend all your time wash, drying, folding clothes. They can take care of all of that, and you can find them in Carlsbad at 609 West Lee Street and 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, right there in Loving at 406 West Cedar. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, starch them up, do all your dry cleaning. They take care of all of that. Check them out today by going to their 3 locations, Carlsbad and in Loving. And they have coin-operated machines if you need the coin-operated machines, and they're open 7 days a week. All right, we're coming back. We're going to qualify folks for the trip to Disney right now. Let's qualify folks for the trip, and then we'll check in with news W105706.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Loving. Since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and pack truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Well, a bill intended to reduce air pollution from cars and trucks passed through the New Mexico House and its first Senate committee on way to becoming a law that would require the state to enforce stricter restrictions on greenhouse gas emissions. The bill awaiting a hearing in the Senate Finance Committee as of Monday after passing the Senate Conservation Committee February 8th on a 6-3 vote along party lines. If passed, it would call on Environmental Improvement Board to devise regulations that would result in curbing vehicle emissions by 20% from 2018 levels by 2030 and 30% by 2040. The program would be enacted July of 2026 if the bill passed, and the reductions would be achieved by establishing a statewide clean fuel standard. Governor Grisham's $500 million plan to create a market for treated brackish and gas wastewater faces an unexpected time crunch after it was struck this weekend from a list of long-term funding proposals. The governor's much-touted strategic water supply will now have to face the gauntlet of committees and chamber votes. With a few days left in the session, Senator George Munoz, who chairs the powerful Senate Finance Committee, said the measure removed from the capital outlay package, which is scheduled to go before the Senate Finance Committee. Since August of last year, the city of Artesia accepted input from the community regarding an update to the comprehensive plan. An official public document adopted by City Council is a policy guide to decision-making about the physical development of the community. Artesia has not updated its plan since October of 2012, nearly 12 years ago. The city receives community feedback through 2 direct means, public meetings and a community survey. A total of 242 individuals completed that survey, most of whom were female aged 25 to 49 with a household income over $75,000. 52 respondents reported living in Artesia for more than 20 years. 83% said they are likely to live in Artesia for the next 2 to 5 years. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, NTD Radio News.
This Valentine's Day, let Shorty be your Cupid at National Furniture Liquidators. Forget the flowers. Give the gift that lasts for years. For him, Ashley Transformer sofas or love seats, just $12.88 each piece. For her, an Ashley Queen bedroom set, just $13.88. For the family, 4-piece entertainment wall, just $4.88, or a 6-piece dining room set, just $3.88. Deals galore plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
Nobody beats Shorty.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back, and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles.
Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services, 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP, nipple up, and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Lady Wildcats won 2 of the first 3 district games at home. It was important to hold their serve, says Coach Chief Bridgeforth.
You know, it's just one of those things you got to take care of business at home, you know, get 2 home games, and we knew we had to, you know, take care of those to keep ourselves in a position to win district. So it was an important week for us, and I felt like we played well both games.
And as the second half of district play begins, the Lady Wildcats will be on the road for 2 of those 3 games.
You know, knock on wood, we've actually played pretty well on the road this year. 11 of our first 12 games were on the road. Yeah, you know, we just know district games, good teams are going to be close. We've got to play for 4 quarters, and always helps if you shoot the ball, you know, well. And so I think we need to, you know, have a little more balanced scoring a little bit. And definitely with them, you got to, you know, cut down on your turnovers and try to defend the big.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and carlsbadchevrolet.com. Call or text 877-396-W105.
There is no more drilling. I haven't formed any new drilling.
Everybody just scream!
My fellow Americans, Donald Trump here, and I present to you an original poem coming straight from my heart. This Valentine's Day, let's pop some champagne and celebrate me as I defeat the bird brain. That's right, folks. Nikki Haley thinks beating me will be a breeze. But in the Nevada primary, she lost to the option, none of these. Nobody is sending Nikki any flowers this year, and listening to her talk makes most people chug beer. When Nikki takes shots at me, she swings and misses. It's as sad as watching Chris Christie eat a bag of Hershey's Kisses. So when I undoubtedly wrap up the Republican nomination, we can finally say goodbye to this complete abomination. Happy Valentine's Day from your beloved favorite president, folks.
877-396-W105. Chris Christie. Wow, taking shots at old Chris. All right, 7:13, we are at the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. JankoJanitorial.com for more information. Find them 324 West Main Street in Artesia, full-service janitorial company that can take care of all your janitorial supplies. If you need all your commercial-grade janitorial supplies, they'll deliver them to you. Give them a call, 575-703-1869. And don't forget, they can do all the cleaning, commercial cleaning, industrial cleaning, oil field cleaning. They can handle it all. They do window cleaning, floor stripping and waxing. They take care of everything. If you need them to go out, they are certified, pathogen certified, hazmat certified, and PPE certified. They do an awesome job, and they give great service. Call Amber this morning. Make sure and tell her you heard about them on B on the Breakfast Club, 575-703-1869 or JankoJanitorial.com. Tom and the Tex, he's in charge this morning.
John from Eunice is chiming in. Says, good morning, guys. Kevin, had Tom A doing simple math yesterday, and Tom was all giddy with himself, getting the answers right, like a transgender winning in the opposite sex sports. Laugh out loud. Says John this morning. Okay, another text. Racist liberals chiming in. He says, Tom, of course you can be a Hispanic and be racist against your own race, says the texter.
Some of the biggest racists, I'm just going to say, I used to feel bad when I owned the Mexican radio station in Fort Lavaca, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I had people that had green cards that were working for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had people, the Tejanos, and the Tejanos treated the green card holders really ugly and used that. They actually used the derogatory term for people without papers.
Right.
I'm just saying, of course, I don't know if that's when you're talking about your same race as that's you're being a racist.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think that would fit that criteria. Yeah.
Look, they called me an Oreo cookie when I got back from Idaho.
You couldn't be an Oreo cookie because you ate the whole damn.
Well, yeah, but it's like I didn't understand.
Which flavor, Tom? Which flavor?
And I just didn't understand, but oh well. Hey, another text says, custodian Spanish? Asks the text. Tom, it goes on to say, is the brown face of white supremacy, says the text. Okay.
The brown face of white supremacy. Wow.
Wow, yeah. Look, I'm comfortable in my own skin.
It's kind of like them in the Proud Boys.
I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
Well, let's hope it's not someone else's skin.
And happy Valentine's Day, Tom. You sexy autistic beast. That's the texter.
And then a bunch of little flower emojis. So that's
right.
Cute.
That's cute.
Well, at least he added to that, Tom.
There you go.
So, a recent study finds 45% of couples argue about money, and the other 55% hide all the money from each other. Yeah, that's what they. You absolutely need to discuss money.
100%.
Especially when you're hiring a prostitute, right, Tom? You have to make the deal in advance.
Right.
Yeah, you got to let her know where the money's going, right, Tom?
They're really sticking to you.
You gotta make sure you're a good negotiator, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, we're talking about you, bro. According to export rankings, Brock's tiny conversation hearts are the number one Valentine candy. The little, I love you, whatever.
The little sugar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because kids give them out in school.
I mean, they're absolutely awesome when it comes to all that sugar and artificial dye. I mean, they'll keep you up for days.
Man, you know that those kids at the end of today, when the teacher sent them home, they're like, good luck.
Right.
No, a lot of schools have actually done away with Valentine's.
Wow,
really?
A lot of schools have done away with Valentine's. They say it's because
the ugly kids don't get them?
Yeah, well, because some kids can't afford Valentine's, so they just don't allow it.
Wow. Well, I remember back in high school.
Well, they can just use some of the material that's already in the classroom and make Valentine's.
Thank you.
Well, I remember back in high school, our council would do songograms, and they'd interrupt the class to sing, "Hey."
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I was in high school, they had all that kind of stuff. Classes would get interrupted all day long. Flowers, candy, songs.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think we sent one to our French teacher. It went something like this.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day, you still stink. Go take a bath.
Oh, man, that's
This
cold.
guy was from France. I mean, he reeked. It was pretty bad.
Wow.
But, yeah, we sent him one. DoorDash drivers are talking about turning off the app, sort of like a strike during Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They want to raise. I've seen multiple drivers take back food if they don't get a tip. If somebody doesn't tip them, they just, take back the food.
What?
Doesn't that go against their account, though?
Yes.
I would think. The restaurant's not going to be shorted on the food. And what do you do after broadcasting the most watched Super Bowl in the history? Paramount announced they're issuing pink slips to 3% of the global workforce. Yeah, to rein in expenses.
Wow.
That's about 800 workers in the United States are being laid off after they just had the big boom.
Right.
Don't get that. And Kansas City police may have asked Taylor Swift to stay away from the Super Bowl victory parade today because they are not equipped to deal with the Swifties.
Right. Well,
Did
all
you
those
see
underage kids.
Taylor Swift had Kanye West kicked out of the game.
I heard about that, B.
How?
Yeah, and of course that beef goes back to
the MTV
away.
Awards.
Remember?
Yeah, but how did she have him kicked out?
So, A-list celebrity rival
Right.
began 15 years ago. Apparently, still going strong. That's when MTV Video Music Awards. She won for the female video. You Belong. Kanye got on stage and he wanted Beyonce to win.
Right.
And so anyway, they're saying Swift apparently hasn't forgot about this. Swift was at the Super Bowl this past weekend, and to support, of course, Travis Kelce. But they were in the stadium, and it was filled with A-listers, and she supposedly told security that she wanted him removed, and they actually removed. How if you pay? Oh, I would.
She's got some power, I'll tell you, man.
That's like dictator in the making right there.
Well,
I'm telling you.
He got what he did to her a few years ago.
But no, how do you have someone removed from the Super Bowl? I mean,
that was my question. Former NFL star Brandon Marshall says Swift actually had the rapper booted from the stadium. Kanye West pulls up in Vegas. Kanye buys tickets right in front of Taylor Swift's booth. Now that's
why.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's why.
And Taylor gets pissed, and then she makes a call and gets him kicked from the stadium. Wait, he paid for that seat.
Yeah, but she's gonna say like she felt threatened or unsafe or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, and you could, by the way, in the picture, they show the picture in there. Kanye, yes. That's awesome.
What expression does he have on his face?
Oh, he's just got a big smile. He's wearing those goofy boots.
Oh, yeah.
That he wears. That's classic.
He might have had
classic.
somewhere else to be anyway.
Right.
But, I mean, if you buy tickets right in front of the booth, man, that's big bucks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I think he was making a statement.
Yeah, I guess he was. Authorities investigating a Monday evening crash that have left 2 people dead in Scurry County. That's near Big Spring. Well, that's Snyder.
Yeah, it's Snyder.
And head-on collision left 45-year-old Victor Manuel Rodriguez of Post dead, and left Ty Nugent, 30 years old, in serious condition. And those injuries, DPS is investigating that crash in Texas. We got more mobile crisis intervention teams that could be coming to New Mexico. Wait. Intervention teams. Isn't that what they proposed to take the place of police?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we got more coming.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Where could that go wrong?
Well, it's worked so well for St. Louis, obviously. The mayor defunded $10 million in St. Louis and got rid of police, and now they're complaining that crime is a problem and they can't get police to come there.
No, why would they?
Yeah.
So Alex Castillo-Smith, he's the brand new deputy cabinet secretary for New Mexico, Human Services Department, said we need these people on the street to negotiate and take. Yeah, how are they trained? How are they trained? Because police officers are trained to assess situations that could actually get violent. You don't need a social worker going into a volatile situation.
Well, their training is about 10 minutes long, and they say, learn this statement. How are you feeling?
How are you feeling? What is going on today?
How can we help you feel better?
Yeah. Joe Biden has got a parole pipeline and has freed 825,000 foreign nationals into the United States, outpacing the population of San Francisco.
Wow.
More foreign nationals have arrived in the United States through Joe Biden's parole pipeline at the southern border than the amount of residents living in San Francisco.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, Border Patrol released the illegal immigration figures that from last month, and it shows 825 foreign nationals coming in. And many of these people have been released from jails and mental hospitals in other countries. You know what happened? These other countries were like, we're tired of taking care of the scum of the earth. That was for the jail people, not for the mentally ill. Right. And so we're just going to release everybody out, and we don't have to pay for them. It's like a great purge, except they all come to America and become America's problem. Well, and we're seeing it.
Well,
we're seeing violence.
The population of San Francisco is a lot lower than what I thought it was, actually. The actual San Francisco population is only 881,000.
Wow. That's crazy. I thought it was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Albuquerque Sunport celebrates the efforts to start measuring carbon emissions. So
here we go.
Sunport is going to start measuring greenhouse gas emissions. Thank you guys for doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, we got the taking out trash coming up next. I got lots of things to get to. Another disco tonight. And this thing is a quarter mile at least up the sea.
Yeah.
But part of the problem, that noise carries through the sea and right into my house.
Mm-hmm. Now, going back to San Francisco, it says the metro area is 3.3 million, but the city itself is only 881.
So that encompasses probably
Oakland and all them.
And then all the all of that. Yeah, for sure. Tom on the text, quick.
All right. Did y'all see Swift and a friend chugging a drink with the satanic priest?
No.
Yes, during the Super Bowl.
How is he a satanic priest?
Well, they was wearing the upside down cross, displaying the double goat head sign with his hands.
What?
I'm going to be honest. I looked at that picture, and because somebody had said satanic priest,
right,
and I didn't see the crucifix upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back and look.
Well, and you know what? It's freedom of religion, if that's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to follow her or give her any money.
Yeah. Ricky and Hobbs chiming in. Happy Valentine's Day to my mom, Sandra Drew in Lovington. Well, happy Valentine's Day to y'all, too. And this other text says, you know what? Nowadays, the schools don't celebrate anything because not everyone believes the same way. It's a soft world that we live in. Mm-hmm. And Tom A., who's the lucky lady that gets the bucket of chicken today? Well, tomorrow, they're all at like 80 or 90% off. So.
Bucket of chicken's not going to be 80 or 90% off.
I'm saying.
Where is the bucket of chicken going to be 80 and 90% off?
Yeah. So there you go.
Where?
My air filter.
Where?
So who's the lucky lady, Tom, that has to wait till the day after Valentine's Day?
Well, we'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
No. How about today?
I did see the picture. Now I can find it.
And this text is saying it was Ice Spice that made that satanic hand sign. Says the text.
No, I did see the picture they were talking about. Now I can't find it. I did see it earlier.
Did you find it? Okay. One more text, B. They're saying B, Tejanos and Americans. There's a big difference than being from Mexico. We aren't that dumb to vote our gun rights away.
It was a little different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Tejanos aren't from America. I get that.
Right. Born in Texas. I'm a Texan. And Blake, this one text is saying to you.
Are.
Blake, you're right. it is freedom of speech, religion. But for us God-fearing people that ain't Christian, laugh out loud, says that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm trying to find that picture. I did see it. And if somebody finds it,
it is freedom of religion, and yes, and you are free not to support those folks. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Don't buy our records.
Yeah.
No doubt.
If you see something you don't like, don't support it.
Right.
Taking out trash this morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. Give them a call today. They also like to remind you that the Lovington Animal Shelter, they need volunteers. They need people that can, help with the animals and also monetary donations so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. 575-552-3669. Taking out the trash this morning. All right, when's enough? When is the minimum wage enough?
Never.
Monday night, debate. California, debate. Senate seat that came available. One of them said that $50 would be Barbara Lee, Democratic Congresswoman. She said in the Bay Area, I believe that it was United Way that came out with a report that a family needs $127,000 for a family of four, barely getting by. Congressman Barbara Lee went on to say that she thinks $50 minimum wage is needed to be sustainable.
What?
Another survey recently came out and said $104,000 for a family of one. Lee asked for $50 for minimum wage.
Oh, man.
That minimum pay would have to be $104,000 a year. Federal minimum wage, by the way, is $7.25. Right. California just went up to $20, and she thinks that $50 is now the benchmark. By the way, former baseball star Steve Garvey was just like, holy cow. See, the problem with these liberals, they just don't get that when the minimum wage goes up, so does everything else.
Product goes up, right?
I want to talk about what's going on in America today with inflation brought on by just that.
Well, they want to use it to punish corporations. They say, well, corporations will never pass on that cost because they're delusional.
Right.
By the way, McDonald's gets a increase in minimum wage. Guess what? The next day, the prices are going up.
I know that.
Because why would they suffer and not make their margin?
Well, that's
their
exactly the
shareholders
point.
Are already expecting X amount of dollars and whatever the margin is decided on. So they're not going to cut their margin. They're going to pass it on the consumer.
Right.
But people like Miss Barbara Lee, she just doesn't get it.
Well, they want to make laws that say they can't pass that on.
Yes. Barbara Lee, I think it's time for you to go rocking around the Christmas tree. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Brenda Lee.
But
I
yeah,
was
you
close.
can't.
By the way, check it out the trash.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, the minimum wage is one of those topics that I just really want to go off on because there is no rational explanation for it.
Well, wait, now, minimum, that's not saying that's the most you can make. That's saying that's your starting point.
Well, and there should be no starting point. If you are willing to do a job for X dollars, then you do that job. If you're not willing to do the job for the pay, then don't do the job for the pay. And their argument is, well, people that don't know will still do it. Well, then they will get a better job afterwards. But what it does is it artificially inflates everything. We have artificial inflation because of the minimum wage. And we have since it started.
Yeah. Biden talking about Ukraine. And by the way, American people will not forget if you do not give Ukraine the money.
Republicans in Congress who think they can oppose funding for Ukraine and not be held accountable, history is watching. History is watching. History is watching. failure to support Ukraine at this critical moment will never be forgotten.
Thank God somebody is standing up. And by the way, how does history watch?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, Tom, how does history watch? History's not a person.
No.
How can history watch?
Well, he's saying they're going to write it up. So that,
right.
And you know what? I think it will come down as a memorable moment where Republicans finally found their cojones.
Let's hope.
Thank God.
Let's hope. And
the desperation from Joe Biden to get black votes. If there was a video called Desperation, this would be it. This is a ad that came out for Joe Biden. This is like cringeworthy.
Oh, man, you got chicken fingers. You got all this. I want the root of making sure I had the hamburger. So tell me about you guys. What you doing these days?
Why don't you share about your passion in sports?
I'm playing AAU basketball right now.
Are you really? Are you guard?
Yes, sir.
So he goes into this black family, and it sounds about as hip as Tom. Go on. But so he goes to a black family, and, he's sitting around the dinner table with Dad and these two boys. And God bless him. That's called desperation is what that's called. He understands that black people have woke up and went, they don't care about us. They do not care about us. Joe Biden at the press conference yesterday. Well, I mean, you would have to answer questions to have a press conference, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Joe.
God bless you all. May God protect our speaker. And I promise I'll come back and answer questions later. Thank you.
Sir, when Trump said that, sir, what did Putin hear?
What's plan B if the speaker doesn't act?
Sir, the hostages.
So he's like, I'm going to come back. He never came back. And one of the guys
what we said about Iran, right?
The third time you pulled this.
Yep.
Third time. American people aren't stupid.
No, he's just making a statement. That's not a press conference.
Yeah.
Right.
Albuquerque Police Department, one of their own, has been put on leave. This guy is a commander for Internal Affairs Division on administrative leave as part of the department's ongoing investigation in that long-standing wrongdoing when it comes to DUIs. How the hell can someone... So, Tom, Internal Affairs, what's their job?
They're to investigate officers who may have committed some type of crime.
So now you're telling me the investigators are... Wow.
Being investigated. Right.
Holy crap. Yeah. All right, we've heard a lot about Ukraine and the money for Ukraine. I broke it down. How much money per day have we sent to Ukraine since February of 2022? Tom, pick a number.
I'm just going to say $2 million a day.
$2 million a day. Okay. Blake, what number do you think you have?
I bet it's closer to 50.
50 billion
a day.
So would it be a surprise if I said $223 million a day going to Ukraine every day as you are out there busting your hump?
Right.
We're sending $223 million a day to Ukraine, paying for their infrastructure. Banks getting becoming flush. Yes. We're actually giving money to businesses so they continue to operate. Oh, yeah. It's like a stimulus package that doesn't stop.
And yet our cities are deteriorating and crumbling.
Yes.
And our states are just...
Yes. And our border is wide open.
Both north and south.
Yep. It's wide open. John Fetterman finally, for a while there, I thought maybe he was teetering on becoming maybe a conservative. But yesterday he lashed out at Rand Paul for holding up the foreign aid bill and called him the P word. P-R-I, you finish it.
Right.
So John Fetterman had a profound reaction to his colleague, Senator Rand Paul, who was trying to slow down the runaway train for foreign aid. And so that's when Fetterman went against him. The hoodie-cladded John Fetterman. I can't believe he goes to work like that. God almighty. Nuts. Craziness. Tom in the text, we got things that happen on this date in history. We'll check the weather. Your chance to qualify for the trip to Disney is on the way. We're going to check news, but we still have national anthem and the pledge.
All right, so B, this text is saying, and how much are we spending today on the illegal immigrants?
Oh, that number is... do you remember the number that I found? Was it $500 billion a year? Was that too much?
That's yeah.
It was around that.
In that neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, it was huge. So let me do a little math. Tom, continue.
Okay, so the text goes on, this new one. We have spent more money on the Ukraine war than we did of all the Afghanistan war. Ask that one texter.
I think that's true.
I think it is, too. This one texter, he's just mad, or they're mad. I'm going to stop paying taxes. That might be something that people are talking about. And the border.
I don't know. My calculator goes up that high.
Right.
How many zeros in 500 billion?
15.
Would that be 9 zeros?
No, that's million.
Yeah, that's my calculator won't go up that high.
Too many of them. This one texter said the border bill was passed during the Super Bowl, and everything in there about the border was taken out.
It's all amnesty.
Yeah.
Is all it is.
This one last tech B is talking about John from Eunice. He's chiming in saying, laugh out loud. History is watching Numb and UTS embarrass the crap out of America and himself and a complete DUMASS. Have y'all noticed that he's starting to repeat the same line multiple times like he gets stuck in dumb ASS mode? Laugh out loud. John from Eunice.
That would be $1.3 billion a day for the border. I think that's how much it would be.
Wow.
And I could be off.
One more.
Well, I mean,
and that's
500
just to give them all the money and to house them and to gift cards. And
that's crazy. As you know, those gift cards I was thinking about, guys. Yeah, they may want it to use
for food.
Go
get one?
But no. But you know what they're going to do with those cards too? The immigrants probably pay off the coyotes who brought them over. You know what I think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could for sure.
Send all that money back to Mexico,
right? And Mr. Blake, sadly, there are grown old folks that don't even know how inflation works.
That's true.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because they don't teach it in school. Economics.
No, they don't. They should. 743 morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. If you haven't checked them out yet, you should check them out. They're right there at 811 West Main. Awesome place. Don't forget the bacon wrapped barbecue burger. It is wrapped completely with bacon. Oh my goodness. And they've got a special. Prime rib, broccoli, baked potato, salad, or salmon. Either one with, or you can get the salmon, broccoli, baked potato, also garlic shrimp, baked potato, salad, and broccoli. You can get that tonight. And they're going to be serving, it all starts 11 a.m. today, all the way to 8 p.m. or until they sell out. So prime rib, salmon, or the baked shrimp, the buttered shrimp, you can get all of that for Valentine's Day. Road Runner Grill and Barbecue. Give them a call if you want to order in advance. You want to treat everybody in the office. Not a problem there. 575-736-2573, 811 West Main in Artesia. I got to get to things that happened on this date in history. 3 Republicans voted against impeaching Department of Homeland Security Mayorkas. Here are the 3. Representative Mike Gallagher, Republican from Wisconsin. Ken Buck, Republican from Colorado, and Tom McClintock, Republican from California, all sided with the Democrats and think Mayorkas is doing an awesome job.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that vote was very, very tight. It was 214 to 213.
That is, yeah.
I think
very
Texas needs to send more folks to those places.
Yeah.
Nuts. We're going to talk about Denver hospitals. They're in bad shape. We'll tell you why. Let me get to things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range. They offer the indoor firing range, climate controlled. No matter if it's raining outside, snowing outside, or whatever, you can still get your shoot on. Owned by a veteran, our buddy, Dwayne Pennick, and his beautiful family. They have a large selection of firearms and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range. You can pay by the hour or pay by the month. Get the monthly membership. Like the gym, you can go work out. No, you can go shoot as much as you want. And if you're in there, try the FBI training simulator. It's got over 1,000 different scenarios to get you ready for if bad things ever happen to you. You need that reflex move. Well, you can train with them. You can train just like the professionals with the FBI Milo training simulator. Over 1,000 different scenarios. They have lots of ammo in stock, optics, all your anything to do with guns. They've got you covered. Lots of brand names when it comes to guns, and of course clothing. They've got grunt-style clothing, tactical gear, safes, you name it, they got it. 2atacticalrange.com for more information, or get in there and check them out right there, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, 2atacticalrange.com for more information. Things that happened on this date in history. On this date in 1778, the American ship Ranger carried the recent adopted Stars and Stripes to a port. First time as it arrived in France. President Polk became the first U.S. president to be photographed while in office. Year was 1848. Both investors, Alexander Graham Bell and Alicia Gray, applied for patents for the telephone in 1876. Supreme Court later ruled that Bell was the originator.
He was the man.
The man, yeah.
I mean, Mr. Gray did not get the ring. Very first trainload of oranges left Los Angeles, bound for the East Coast. The year was 1886. Leon Forrest Douglas demonstrated the color movie device in 1918. Al Capone's gang was gunned down by a rival gang.
No. His gang gunned down the rival gang. It was Al Capone's gang who actually did the shooting.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. 1929, 7 rivals of Al Capone were gunned down by Al Capone's gang. Tom, that was known as?
The Night Chicago Night.
No, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Oh, well, it's close.
What day is it? It had nothing to do. That song is about a damn fire.
Right.
It's still sounding
not
great.
A shooting. Jewish couples were forbidden from adopting Catholic babies on this date in 1955.
Wow.
A little one-sided, don't you think?
Right. Yep.
I mean, we're both circumcised. I mean, it seemed fitting to me. Georgia outlawed interracial athletic contest in 1957. Interracial athletics contest. And please tell me we haven't come a long way, baby.
Right.
In 1957, Georgia outlawed interracial athletic contests. Tell me we have not come far. Go ahead, please. I will argue with you. First Lady Jackie Kennedy took the nation's first tour of the White House, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain set the NBA scoring record 20,884 over 7 seasons in 1966.
Wow.
He was on point. And that was before the three-point shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Please remember.
Yeah.
1971, President Richard Nixon installed a secret recording device at the White House. You know, with everything that's gone on, that just seems like nothing to me.
Right. Like he wouldn't get in trouble at all today.
No. No. Elton John married a woman in Sydney, Australia on this date in 1984.
Mm-hmm. They're still friends to this day.
Are they
supposedly?
really?
Yeah. I wonder if they consummated that marriage. I'm just wondering.
At least he was married to a girl.
He's married to a guy now.
Once.
Yeah.
Right.
Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 is 52. Name a song from Matchbox 20, Tom.
The Mattel.
What?
The Mattel.
No.
Okay.
3 a.m. Push.
Yeah.
The neighborhood.
Ben.
Ice-T is 66. Ready to collect that Social Security.
Right.
He's ready. Teller from Penn and Teller is 76 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's still not speaking. Today is Valentine's Day. Want to give a Valentine's Day shout out? Get her done. Give us a call. Give us a text, and we'll get to you. I promise you. Tom is a little slow, but he will get to you. All right, 7:51. Tom and the Tax wrap her up. We got a lot of stuff still to get to. National anthem and the pledge in just a sec.
All right, Texas asking, what the heck is that thumping sound? Look, the party in the Philippines again.
It's Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. So that is B playing the drums?
Oh, and I just went downstairs and the wife was sleeping.
And
I'm like,
really? Wow.
She's got to be mad at me about something. There's a thing they call tempo where they just stop talking to you.
Yeah.
And
what'd you do, dude?
I have no idea. I mean, she's got gold and she's got flowers and
shoes.
I have no shoes.
No. You know, if Texas is going to send immigrants anywhere, it needs to be to Mexico City. It does some good, says this.
Well, the problem is these people are not from Mexico.
No. Well, and here's the thing, is Texas actually sending them to the sanctuary cities has gotten the border crisis to be national talking point. You know, they have drawn the attention.
Yeah, but that is the problem. These people are not. By the way, immigration from Mexico, those numbers are way down.
Yeah.
They're way down.
Africa, China.
They're going up.
And, you know, the NAFTA agreement has actually helped Mexico so much that their peso is up there now.
Wow.
I mean, we created so many jobs in Mexico.
To help their income. Hey, by the way, B, I'm claiming 37,937,821 dependents on my taxes.
I've been thinking about it.
Right. And one more text. You know, those three, they're fake Republicans, says the texter.
Well, and, you know,
voters in there, you need to take note.
Yeah, I mean, we have term limits. We can expel them pretty quick. All right, Denver Hospital on the verge of collapsing. They're in bad shape. And the reason they're in bad shape, they're being flooded by illegal immigrants and millions of unpaid care. As thousands of immigrants swarm to Denver, city's hospitals are on the verge of full collapse.
My goodness.
We're talking about millions of dollars in unpaid debt.
Yeah.
Hospitals reportedly teetering on going completely insolvent. Many of the largest hospitals treating people and that have no insurance. Who pays for that when nobody has insurance, Tom?
Our taxpayers.
Oh, okay. So operating income from the hospitals dropped 50%. And the blame, by the way, the people that they're seeing, that number has stayed that on the upward trend. But the money they're making is going down because the people they're seeing great number of those are illegally in the country and can't pay.
Right.
By the way, they have no Social Security numbers.
Right.
There's no way to go against these people. Debt collectors can't go after them.
Mm-mm.
And some of these people are very, very sick. They've crossed the southern border to get health care, free health care.
Right. And we got to give it to
We
them.
can't turn them down at the hospital.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
It's a bad situation for everybody. Tom, continue.
All right, Tom. When they were asking you about Matchbox, were you thinking about the cars, the Mattel cars? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And another text is, dumb Tom Rizzo, thinking of toys. Matchbox cars, this texter saying, are made by Mattel. I know. So that's what I was thinking. And on the shout outs for Valentine's Day, this text saying, want to give a huge shout out to my wife, Teresa. Happy birthday and happy Valentine's Day to you guys, too. Enjoy the day. And how many pesos be for a Mexican happy ending? Happy ending, says the texter. And
well, you ain't got no sense, do you? You got no sense.
Well,
you haven't had a happy ending in so long that you don't even know what the happy ending is.
Well, yeah, well,
they live happily ever after.
I won't say it's been a while, but you know what I'm saying.
They live happily ever after.
And B, is there any Republican candidates running against Vasquez other than Yvette Herrell?
That's it. That is your Republican candidate.
Well, we won't know for sure until the March deadline when everybody has to file. But but she's the only one that's declared.
Yeah. All right, still to come, we're going to talk about a Chaparral woman returns home to find a man drinking milk and cooking soup in her kitchen. Yeah, Chaparral, New Mexico. Biden is on TikTok now. Talk about a hipster on TikTok.
Hypocrite hipster.
Hypocrite.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Mexican authorities arrested in connection with a hatchet murder in Cancun. Cancun has become a violent place. That's not good that is not good for tourism.
Right.
I mean, when you start hacking people up with no, not good. And Trump leading in the poll, how many points do you think he's up on Nikki Haley? I'll give you the answer in just a second. And employees punched, kicked by shoplifters in Albuquerque. I'll tell you more about that story on the way. And Tucker Carlson talking about the Florida Surgeon General.
Yep.
Me and Blake will do that story together and tell you more about Dr. Joseph, is it Lipo? L-P-O. Lipo.
Lepo? Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it, actually.
Yeah. Who is the Surgeon General of Florida. And he has something to say about these COVID vaccines. By the way, if your wife has a baby and it comes out that your DNA is not, she might not be lying. We'll get to that and more. And FBI agents warn about potential allegiance between Venezuelan gangs and MS-13. Yeah. Where could that go wrong? Right. We'll get to those stories coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Homegrown and proud of it. They got all your farm supplies. They also have all your Western wear and work gear. Certified Purina dealer. Everything for the ranch or farm or looking good cowboy wear. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. If you're in Capitan, they also have the Lincoln County Mercantile up there. All right, we're going to take a break. Keep you updated with everything going on. 759 KWMW, Maljamura, 105.1 FM.
Wait, we're going to do the pledge first, right?
Well, that's what I'm going to.
Oh, sorry. I just heard the break thing, and I was like, wait, whoa.
I got my cards right in front of me.
Sorry. Was looking at other stuff and heard the break word.
No. And Boob of the Day still to come. We'll get to that in just a second. All right, National Anthem and the Pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent, 40-plus years in the biz, 19 years of age. She started that business. Give her a call, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long can take care of all your insurance needs. Home, auto, boats, commercial insurance, life insurance, take care of all of it. Give her a call. Let her put together a plan designed just for you. Couple things. You don't want to be underinsured. She can look at that and make sure that you're not underinsured. You know, if you have a home that's valued at $300,000 and you're only insuring it for $200,000, that's not going to end well. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca today. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
Good morning. My name is Jack Zeeble. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
8:02, we're W105. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
John 6 this morning. Those who come to me will never be hungry, and those who believe in me will never be thirsty.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread.
this day our daily bread.
And forgive us.
And forgive us.
Our trespasses, and we forgiven those who trespass against us.
And forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not to temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
Quick check of the weather this morning, 8:03 on W105. Weather being brought to you by State Representative from District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you he's up there fighting for you today. All this stuff coming from the left side. Yeah, all these gun bills. So far, only one gun bill was passed. I know one is not good with a 7-day wait period, but it could be 5. It could be 5. The governor pushing for all these bills. Republicans are outnumbered 2-1 in some cases. People like Randy Pettigrew up there fighting for Southeast New Mexico, fighting for our Second Amendment rights, fighting for our kids, fighting for the oil field. By the way, if you need help with anything dealing with the state of New Mexico, you need help, give Randy a call. All contact information is available at randallpettigrew.com RandallPettigrew.com. 69 and sunny today. Clear tonight, 35. 69 and sunny for tomorrow. Friday, 66 and sunny, but temperatures dropping below freezing. Friday night will be in the 40s coming up for Saturday. We're going to keep you updated with all the news. Up next, 8:05, some of the stories that we're going to be talking about. I got the story about the Chaparral woman returning home and man drinking milk and cooking soup. Got to get to that story. I'll get to that next. But first, let's check in with news being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, the guy that settles the big cases. $10 million case in the Patch, $9 million case settled for medical malpractice, slip and falls, car accidents, any type of injury that you have. Luke Ragsdale is the attorney to call. Also, if you've been accused of something in the court of law, he can get in there and defend you. 575-208-5300. RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more information. Taking a break. News up next, 8:06. Let's qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The slim Republican majority in the House gets even slimmer. We won! Democrat Tom Suozzi wins a special election in New York, beating Republican Mazi Pilip for the seat left open by Republican George Santos' expulsion. Suozzi held the seat before Santos and left Congress to unsuccessfully run for New York governor. House Republicans, by one vote, impeached Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who would take a 2/3 vote in the Senate to remove him from office.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who will serve as one of the impeachment managers, has a message for senators.
Border security is the #1 issue in every single campaign in every single state.
Republicans accuse Mayorkas of not following the law and misleading the public about the border being secure. Democrats call it a sham impeachment.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz, an impeachment vote fell one vote short last week. America's listening to Fox News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged up with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the home store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones. Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, jugs, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters in the home store has you safely covered. 1401 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Broadmoor Mall.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
The City of Hobbs Recreation Department presents the 16th Annual Father-Daughter Dance, Saturday, February 17th at the Core. This year's theme is Candy Crush, and there are 2 sessions, 5:30 to 7:30 and 8 to 10. Girls kindergarten through high school and their favorite father figure are welcome. There'll be giveaways, gifts, refreshments, music by DJ Alpine, professional photos from Alicia Diane Photography, and more. Tickets are $15 and can be purchased at the city's website, hobbsnm.org. Scroll down the front page and click on the Recreation Customer Portal.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500. 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit leecountyevents.com.
Zia Natural Gas Company odorizes their natural gas with a chemical called mercaptan to give it that distinct rotten egg or sulfur smell to warn us of a potentially hazardous environment. If you detect this smell, leave the area immediately and don't do anything that could create a spark. Once you are a safe distance away, contact Zia Natural Gas Company and report where you smelled natural gas. Stay out of the area until you have been advised it is safe to return. At Zia Natural Gas, your safety is their priority.
Can't stand the heat? Get out of the kitchen.
3 things in life are the most valuable: time, self-respect, and love. And being the Breakfast Club has none of the above. Call now, 877-396-W105. Call now.
Become a member of Blue Sky's new weight class, where every adult under 100 pounds flies for half off. Plus, access to our Blue Sky no-calorie lounge, where only the finest crackers and water are served. Apply now at istarvetosave.com. Blue Sky Airlines, trimming the fat all year long.
Blue Sky Airlines.
All weight class members must maintain weight requirements to receive discount and are subject to random body fat tests. All weight class passengers must fast for 3 whole days before boarding and may be stored in an overhead compartment during flight. Blue Sky Airlines reserves the right to skinny or fat shame whoever they want at any time.
So, Tom, do you think that's a great idea, airline, that charges you by your weight?
No, well, I wouldn't qualify then. They charge me too much. Yeah,
they charge you too much. What do you mean they charge you too much?
Well, if you by weight, right?
Yeah, that would be right on. You'd be paying the same as everybody else.
Nah.
You pay by the pound.
By the pound, like you buy the meat.
Oh, just buy the meat. Okay. Nope.
I think it's a great idea. Not for you, but for me.
Yeah.
Well, but
Mr. 185 pounds.
178, brother.
Well, that's in the name of it.
Okay.
I actually lost weight.
So you never mind.
Go ahead.
Never mind.
Say it, Blake. Say it.
Yeah, charge by the pound. I think that's a appropriate way for airlines to charge.
There you go, Tom.
Yeah.
Now we know what.
And then they'll fly out the door. What's up with that? Heck no.
Why would you fly out the door?
You can't fit. Your big ass can't fit out the door. What are you talking about?
You're anchoring the plane down.
Whatever.
I mean,
workers,
if you're on a small plane, they got to shift people around by weight anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. Workers in North Carolina at aquariums say that here's the story: the stingray got pregnant despite the absence of males.
Right, we talked about it.
Could have been having clones
syndrome.
Which sounds kind of weird. Kind of sounds like the weirdest sequel to Hollywood Squares.
Right.
They could have come up with. Arnold Schwarzenegger on the 6th day. Yeah, Stingray, tank mate, no tank mate. So, Tom, how did that work?
Well, they got a little bitty shark that was in there.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying the little bitty shark was sneaky?
Yeah, he sneaked in there.
Yeah, it was Sneaky Pete. Dora fell off a small plane flying over Buffalo on Monday evening.
Ain't getting on that plane.
Which is kind of odd because the Buffalo fans, I mean, in the area, they're used to the wheels coming off, aren't they?
Right.
The Bills, they're like, yeah, we're used to that. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So we talked about Taylor Swift getting Kanye West kicked out of the city. We talked about that. President Biden is asking snack manufacturers to stop shrinkflation. We're getting smaller packages.
Right.
Yeah.
And paying the same price.
Yeah. Stop mandating minimum
like
wage.
A personal problem to me.
Look, it's another case of them trying to control everything that you do in your business.
Well, and you have Biden. You have a choice. Buy 2 bags.
Yeah.
Pay more or get less product. Those are the 2 things that are going to happen.
Look, I mean, that's basically them saying you must give someone X amount of product for this price.
Yeah.
How would that fly anywhere else?
Yeah. 2 streakers at the Super Bowl Sunday.
They didn't show them on TV.
They did not show them on TV. Both got tackled and arrested. And, it's amazing. What was the lowest price that you paid for a ticket?
About
$9,000?
$9,000, right.
And you wasted that money to streak?
Right. Mm-hmm. Amazing enough. Now, Tony Romo was the analyst for the CBS crew. He said, we're not supposed to talk about it. He said it anyway. When they're streakers, we're not supposed to talk about streakers. He forgot to say not to say that, but he said it anyway.
I actually had a good friend, and I've talked about this, Kent Nygaard is this guy's name. And from my hometown, I'm watching an LSU game, early 2000s. There's a naked guy on the field.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that looks like Kent. Holy crap, it was.
Okay.
Then he's got to call his wife. Another friend of ours, he goes, oh, yeah, man, he had to call his wife to come bail him out. And probably the biggest problem with that is season ticket holder, their entire life, they lost their tickets.
Ooh.
LSU would not give him his tickets back. They banished him. They blacklisted him from the stadium.
Well, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. 8:18. I sent you that list. Blake, do you have that list of the ESPN?
I do. Give me a second. I will pull it up.
College football teams, top 25.
Yep. Right here.
Tell me the number 1 team. Just make your way through the list.
All right. Georgia, number 1.
Now, this is for what? Rankings?
ESPN's early top 25.
Oh, okay.
Georgia, number 1.
Georgia.
Number 2, Ohio State.
Makes sense.
Number 3, Oregon.
Okay.
Number 4, Texas.
Yay, horns.
Number 5, Notre Dame. Number 6, Ole Miss. Number 7, Mizzou.
Ooh.
Yay. Number 8, Penn State. Number 9, Alabama. Number 10, Utah. Then Arizona. Number 12, LSU. Ooh. 13 is Michigan because they got decimated.
So Where does Colorado fall on?
Yeah,
that
where does Colorado?
Well, we're only to 13, so we'll finish out the top 25 here real quick. I'll go right through them. Oklahoma, Florida State, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, North Carolina State, Clemson, Kansas State, Louisville, Kansas, Kentucky, Miami, and Texas A&M.
Wait a second. I didn't hear Colorado, damn it, Blake.
That's right. Not in the top 25. And I looked for the list, and they're not in the top 50.
Well, they weren't top
either.
25 either last year. And they got ranked 19th for 3 weeks last season.
But why are we talking about last year?
No, they got ranked.
No, why are we talking about last year?
Guys,
you just said they weren't in the top 25, and then you said, but they were ranked 19th.
Yeah, well, initially
so,
ranked 19th.
So the way that numbers work, Tom, 19 would be in the top 25.
But any head coach will tell you, it ain't how we start, it's how we finish.
And they finished with what kind of record?
6 wins.
I don't remember.
4 wins.
4 wins, whatever it was. Anyway,
what do you mean you don't remember?
What are you saying?
There you go. God bless you. 4 wins. Yeah. That's awesome.
I
mean, it's like Texas A&M firing a 7-5 coach to hire a coach that was 7-5.
Crazy, isn't it?
But they still made the top 25 though, sliding in there at number 25.
Well, they've had great recruiting. They have lots of money at Texas A&M to throw around a lot of money.
I don't think Colorado was top 50.
No, I don't think they made the top 50.
They're in the neighborhood.
No, they're not.
No, it wasn't in the neighborhood. Law enforcement officials in Chaparral arrested Tommy Lucero after a woman returned home to find him making chocolate milk and a cup of soup in her kitchen.
What?
Damn right. ABC Channel 7 obtained the court documents identifying the victim, and it did list her address. Crazy thing. She arrived home about 6 p.m. And this guy is cooking in the kitchen.
Whoa, man. Yeah. Hey.
Got himself some chocolate milk and yeah. He put on a pair of shoes, ripped up some of her pictures, moved around some of her toiletries.
He was moving right on in.
In the interview, the investigator said that Lucero reportedly claimed that he had been dating the homeowner since preschool. By the way, the homeowner's like, I don't know who the hell that guy is. Preschool. Wow. Joe Biden. I thought they didn't like TikTok.
Yeah, they told a lot of the offices they had to not have TikTok on the device.
Wow. So Joe Biden joined TikTok, and that's a pretty desperate attempt to appeal to young voters. Showed his administratives and by the way, even the Chinese Communist Party talking about it. Little Ling Tang Williams. Talking about just that. Congratulations, Joe. You're on TikTok now. Congratulations. Mexican authorities arrested 6 in connection with a machete murder in Cancun. Authorities in Mexico have arrested 6 members of a drug gang in connection with the brutal slaying of at least 8 people in Cancun. Officials said the arrests were made after discovering 5 dismembered bodies inside a taxi on January 29th. So all have been arrested. When you start killing people via machetes, that takes things to a whole nother level.
Yeah, they did a whole movie about
that. Yeah. Donald Trump defeating Nikki Haley big time in her own state, up 35% in her own state.
Yep. She was questioned about that.
That's crazy.
81% in her own state say they believe that Trump fights for the people like them. 19% said he doesn't.
And she got all kinds of defensive when called on it.
Oh, yeah. 82% say they approve of the job Trump did as president, while 15% disapprove. So Trump leading by 35 points, but
Whoa.
she said that she is going to win that election.
Well, and she went on to saying, well, I got 43% in New Hampshire. That was her response.
Wow. All right, we're going to get to Boob of the Day in just a second. Employees punched and were kicked by shoplifters in Albuquerque. Albuquerque police say they've noticed over recent years, shoplifters have become more aggressive and dangerous. Well, because you don't put them in jail.
Right.
And this new report, they go on to say that 3 brothers, Daniel, Dominic, and Rudy Chavez Montoya, and one of them's girlfriend, faces aggravated shoplifting charges. And when you get aggravated in front of it, it's because you assaulted.
Well, and a gun, probably.
Yes. So, yeah. Tucker Carlson, let's talk about the the mRNA. Tucker Carlson had the Florida Attorney General on.
Surgeon General.
Surgeon General. Talking about the COVID-19. Blake, do a oversight in what he said.
So the Florida Surgeon General, he said basically, all vaccines have some kind of DNA in them. That's just part of it. That's usually not a big deal because our bodies have a lot of defenses against that kind of thing. However, because the COVID vaccine is an mRNA vaccine, that all of those billions of strands that are in that vaccine can hitch a ride on that mRNA and can actually get into the cells of your body by hitching a ride on the mRNA. Now, what that will do, it totally depends on what other DNA strands are in there, because it can change your DNA fundamentally. So not only for like parents who are conceiving, their children are going to have a different kind of DNA from them, but it can also have other things that happen in your DNA. So it can do everything from nothing to increase you for heart attacks or cause you to go blind or have neurological diseases that could spur those on and those kinds of things. And so what he was alluding to was that, some of these died suddenly things are a result of that because DNA hitches a ride on it. And they formally requested answers from the big pharmaceutical companies about this. And he said particularly Pfizer's. Yeah, Pfizer's is particularly bad, although they're all bad. But Pfizer has a demonstrated bad track record on this. But they asked for answers on this, if that could happen. Of course, he said it absolutely could happen when they were asked. But all of the pharmaceutical companies would not answer the question. And they asked if it had any kind of human trial and what the results were and if this could happen. And he said that they got from Pfizer, they got 10 pages in response, and they didn't even address the question. He said that went everything from why squirrels run in trees to why the sun comes up in the morning, and didn't even approach.
Now we understand what happened to Travis Kelce, why he assaulted Andy Reid.
Yeah, could be.
That the vaccine kicked in.
Yeah, well, it could be, for real. Like, it can alter.
Didn't it also say that it could change the DNA of the baby?
Yes.
Yes. So that creates a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that child support hearing.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're still going to get those markers.
Oh, okay.
But let's say you have 2 parents who are predisposed genetically to have genetics that typically fight certain diseases, right? Like, I don't know, cancer or some other kinds of things. But your baby could now be susceptible to some of those things because that DNA is changed from a strand that would be, survival of the fittest to being maybe a weak strain. And so you could end up with a baby who might be more susceptible to things like that. So you're still going to have
the DNA where they can't figure out who's the baby daddy.
Well, they wouldn't rule that out, but that's not a likely, because there's going to be other markers in there where they could kind of figure that out.
Gotcha. That would have been scary.
Yeah.
You know, a guy's going, "Oh, it's not my baby."
Well, and that Surgeon General from Florida, it's a really interesting interview, and people should actually go and watch it. It's only about 10 minutes long, but it's
and
really
for people
interesting.
that say Tucker Carlson is not a journalist, he has done awesome work on things that nobody else will touch.
Right, and he said
including interviewing Putin.
Well, and part of this interview, when that Surgeon General was talking, he went back and said this was it started with Operation Warp Speed with Dr. Fauci, who was there during the Trump administration, obviously.
Right.
And because of that, there is an underlying evil to this vaccine. And they were really hesitant to say anything about it till they got actual data. And then when they got the data, then that's when he started putting out this warning, and he has put a mandate to stop that vaccine in Florida. Like, it's a do not issue order from the Surgeon General of Florida.
Crazy. FBI agents warning of a potential alliance between violent Venezuelan gangs and MS-13 in the United States. So these are gangs that used to fight each other, but now that they're in the United States, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They're allies. So the FBI raising new alarms about these gangs in the United States, while congressional bleeding hearts are put their globalist concerns ahead of their constituents. They are now saying 8 million undocumented immigrants in the United States over the past, since Biden's been in office. Where could that go wrong? Oh, don't worry about it. All right, Tom on the text, if you get to it, Tom.
All right, let's get the phone lines right quick. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Hey, good morning. It's Mad Dog.
Hey, Mad Dog.
I know y'all probably already. Hey, y'all doing all right? I've been out of pocket for a while. Been down to Houston, but I was that election up there in New York with old Mazi Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
If the Republicans don't get their act together here in New Mexico and start getting mobilized and getting the word out on candidates and really pounding the pavement, and I'm willing to be part of it, but somebody needs to get it organized.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, we're going to be just like that up there, where the Republicans. I think she probably would have been a better candidate than him, but he won it, and it all boils down to the absentee ballots, the early voting, because nobody went and voted when it was snowing. You know, does that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other deal is, did you hear about the officer in Las Cruces that was murdered by a knife-wielding guy, and then somebody went and took action and shot that sucker, which was a good deal. But you don't hear nothing about that on national news. Has it been on national news? And if not, why not?
Because he was here
and
illegally.
the other thing was he was such an upstanding citizen. Oh, wait, maybe
not of this country.
Yeah, not of this
country.
But
he had
upstanding.
a real long arrest record, but you don't hear anything about it. I didn't hear anything about it until I got back from Houston, and I think I read it in the paper or somewhere. But and while I was in Houston, my wife and I were in Houston. There was a shooting at a church there. I know y'all probably heard about it, but there were two off-duty police guys there that took her out. And just like Hamas, she takes her 5 or 7. They could never decide how old he was, but she takes her kid with.
Wait, Mad Dog. Wait a second. He. It was a transgender. Another transgender mass shooter.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm thinking she took her kid as a human shield because she figured maybe they wouldn't shoot back at her. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, that's going to die.
Poor kid is in terrible condition.
It's a bad deal for the kid, but man, there was a on the street. There was a black guy that was, they were pushing religion, which is I'm all for, And he looked at me when we first saw that, and he goes, "What is the world coming to?" And I said, "Man, I don't know what to tell you, but I said it's going to get worse." And he said,
no, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Definitely.
Y'all
hey,
man,
man,
talk to you later. Appreciate you.
I want to update one story before we take a break. I got a message from Sharon, and she said, "Look, meat inspection has was put to the attention of ranchers, and they have been transporting their beef out of state because the USDA process takes way too long, and this agency will actually help ranchers. It's like a private USDA for New Mexico. So the bill where we're talking about meat inspectors in New Mexico would actually help ranchers in New Mexico. So I wanted to make sure and share that because she did send me a private message, which is interesting.
Right. So, hey, B, we got an update on a texted us what's going on in Industrial and Plains Highway. I contacted Sheriff Corey Helton. They're in charge of that because it was in the county. But I did also get a hold of our Lovington police chief, and he said they got information that there was a stolen car out of Hobbs this morning, and they pursued it. They finally pulled that car over, and they have detained 3 suspects in that situation. So that's what that was about. B?
Awesome. 8:36. Some of the stories we'll be talking about shortly. New Mexico police officer arrested for battery, fired from the department. Senate $61 billion for Ukraine. How many walls could we build across the entire United States for $61 billion? I'll give you the answer to that. Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Laura Trump, what did she have to say about the RNC? I'll tell you the answer. And Tom, why should you have sex on Valentine's Day?
Well, this is like a pretty good day, isn't it?
I'm gonna tell you what the sex therapist had to say.
Okay.
And the cost of cookies have gone up. How much since Biden took office? Cookies.
$95 billion.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly. And an education proposal would reduce federal subsidies and increase accountability. That's interesting. We'll talk about that coming up this morning. All right, we're going to take a break. 8:37, B and the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by WWRV. RV parks, 3 of them in Carlsbad, 162 RV hookups, all coming with 30 and 50 amps, all utilities included, including high-speed internet. Go to the website and check them out. If you're new to Carlsbad, they've got 162 RV hookups. Pet-friendly, very well lit up, nice place to be. WWRV times 3.com or 988-0392. We're coming back. We got a lot of things still to talk about this morning. 8:37, qualifying you for the trip to Disney. News up next on W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. We're going to Disney World.
Oilfield Services in Lovington, getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Well, a bill intended to reduce air pollution from cars and trucks passed the New Mexico House and its first Senate committee on way to becoming a law that would require the state to enforce stricter restrictions on greenhouse gas emissions. The bill awaiting a hearing in the Senate Finance Committee as of Monday after passing the Senate Conservation Committee February 8th on a 6-3 vote along party lines. If passed, it would call on Environmental Improvement Board to devise regulations that would result in curbing vehicle emissions emissions by 20% from 2018 levels by 2030 and 30% by 2040. The program will be enacted in July of 2026 if the bill passed, and the reductions would be achieved by establishing a statewide clean fuel standard. Governor Grisham's $500 million plan to create a market for treated brackish and gas wastewater faces an unexpected time crunch after it was struck this weekend from a list of long-term funding proposals. The governor's much-touted strategic water supply will now have to face the gauntlet of committees and chamber votes. With a few days left in the session, Senator George Munoz, who chairs the powerful Senate Finance Committee, said the measure removed from the capital outlay package, which is scheduled to go before the Senate Finance Committee. Since August of last year, the city of Artesia accepted input from the community regarding an update to the comprehensive plan. An official public document adopted by City Council is a policy guide to decision-making about the physical development of the community. Artesia has not updated its plan since October of 2012, nearly 12 years ago. The city receives community feedback through two direct means, public meetings and a community survey. A total of 242 individuals completed that survey, most of whom were female aged 25 to 49 with a household income over $75,000. 52 respondents reported living in Artesia for more than 20 years. 83% said they are likely to live in Artesia for the next 2 to 5 years. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, NTD Radio News.
Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are built to handle the toughest tasks, from the compact Mule SX to the full-size Mule Pro FXT. No matter the task, there's a perfect Mule side-by-side to help get the job done. For over 30 years, we've stayed committed to 3 words. When it comes to rugged Mule side-by-sides, those 3 words are trust, tried, and true. Find your Kawasaki Mule today at Garner's Motorsports, 320 North Del Paso and Hobbs.
This is Davis Smith, the Gorilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Everything you need for the big game and that big day, all on special this week at Bob's Ridgeway. Super snack specials, from Tostitos and Doritos chips to Simply Lay's potato chips, dip, sour creams, cheeses, teas, right down to the red Solo cups on special. And for Super Bowl Sunday, spelling it S-U-N-D-A-E, the ice creams, strawberry toppings, syrups, cherries, everything on special. And for that Valentine's Day meal, New York strip steak, $5.99 a pound. Get the lobster tails with that special butter, just $10.99 a pound. And they didn't forget the Valentine's Day treats with Hershey's chocolates, M&M's cordial cherries, and Big Russell Stouffer hearts. Everything on special, and that's just a few of over 150 grocery specials this week. The things you need, values when you need them at Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar always goes farther.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Take the short drive and shop their huge inventory of Chevy trucks today. For a limited time, get a low 1.9% financing for 72 months on the new 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 with many models to choose from. See dealer for details. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your four-wheel drive headquarters. They make it easy with no gimmicks, no markups, no addendums ever.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500. 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to stone, mud, and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling, LLC. Over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hello, who are you? I'm your number one fan.
877-396-W105 is our number. Another day in paradise. Tom A. in charge of the text. We'll go to him in just a second. Blake, how many homicides are the average per year in Hobbs?
Well, I think it's around 4, but we were way up from that.
10 in 2023?
Yeah. It increased 150% over the year before.
Cow. Let me just say, you bunch of rookies.
Yeah, but the chief went on to when he gave that report to the commission, he went on to downplay that and was like, well, numbers can be a little deceiving because we've solved 9 out of the 10 and we're still working on the other one.
Well, numbers don't lie. I mean, when you have 100+% increase, the numbers aren't lying. Something's going on.
Those people died.
Right.
But my point is, rookies, because the whole time me and Tom lived in Roswell, about 15 murders a year, right, Tom? On average?
On average, you're right.
15. I have no idea how many murders they had in Roswell last year.
Not that
I don't know if the numbers are down.
Yeah.
So I did see that in the Hobbs News Sun this morning, that 10 homicides, which I thought was a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
For Hobbs.
And what is in February?
Man, and by the way, if you look per capita at some of our cities, we are kind of on the violent side when it comes to personal injury and violent crimes. We definitely are on the violent side.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm just like, why can't we just beat the crap out of each other like we used to do? We've shamed fist fighting so much that now people are dying because of that.
Yes, because yes. I just got a text from the sheriff, and he said that deputies are investigating a stolen vehicle that wrecked. 3 suspects fled on foot, and they were apprehended. He said there is no active shooter.
Yeah, well, yeah. Joe Clark.
He also said Tom never answers his phone.
I do, but Joe Clark with the.
And let me just say this much. Corey Helton is your biggest defender. So if Corey says something like that.
Well, I haven't got nothing from him.
He is your biggest defender.
He has love for me. He always has love for Tom.
He does.
But fortunately, we had our chief of Lovington, Joe Clark, give me the information. So basically the same thing that Corey just told us.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Looks like Australian members of Parliament was filmed squirming on the sidewalk and swearing into his phone. Supposedly, this is what he said, he mixed prescription medication and alcohol. This official was so trashed that Americans actually, when they saw him, they thought it was Nancy Pelosi. They were like, what the hell? Is that Nancy?
Oh, that's funny.
This guy doesn't follow American leaders very closely, because if he did, he'd had a son that really hit the hard stuff. The trailer for Damsel reveals that Millie Bobby Brown face off against a dragon. Kind of sounds kind of wacky that Millie has...
Stranger Things. That's for sure.
Yeah, Stranger Things, yeah. She's done Stranger Things for sure. Yeah, for sure. And American Idol will be down 1 judge after Katy Perry calls it quits.
Really?
Yep.
Which is scary because that means that Katy might consider making new music.
Yeah, that is scary. She doesn't stick with anything.
She does have a couple big assets. A couple assets. Super Bowl, 124 million people watched Super Bowl. Biggest audience ever to watch the big game. Most watched TV broadcast since the moon landing.
Wow.
Yeah, that kind of puts it. And back in the day, when the moon landing, we had how many networks?
3.
And wasn't much on TV. Court records saying that Usher and his longtime partner Jen got married in Vegas.
Good for them.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, great. Awesome. 849, New Mexico police officer arrested for battery, fired from the department. This happened, Bernalillo. This guy was at the center of a intense traffic stop over a family pet, found himself on the other end of the law. KRQE investigates, obtained the police video from the latest case that is now got a former officer in even more hot water. Rio Rancho police video from November 15th of 2023 shows the officer responding to a home after a neighbor called police. He asked him to leave. I've asked him to let go of me, and he wouldn't, according to the woman. By the way, the boyfriend was Jeremy Novatus. Novatus, actually a member of the Bernalillo Sheriff's Department. Not good. Senate. Looks like they passed that $61 billion Ukrainian bill that would give Ukraine $61 billion. Here's the question. With that $61 billion, how big of a wall could we build?
We could probably build 3 or 4 walls.
We could build the entire wall around the entire United States
right.
with $61 billion. When Trump asked for money to build that border wall, wasn't it just like $5 billion?
It was nothing.
That's it. And he didn't executive order. He went before Congress and said, "I need $5 billion."
Well, because back then, all that ancient history back before Joe Biden was president. The Congress was actually still in charge of making laws. It wasn't by executive fiat like it is now.
Yeah. Exactly. Laura Trump was on Newsmax.
Yep.
She said the RNC needs a leaner, meaner strategy. I think the Republican Party needs to get motivated and get organized.
She's right.
And let me just say, we have been the nice guys for way, way too long. It's time to roll up your sleeves. Take the jacket off. Take that damn suit off. Time to roll up the sleeves. Get a pair of put some work boots on. Put some work gloves on.
Yep.
And start doing some heavy lifting.
Yep.
And when I say heavy lifting, I'm talking about communicating, coming up with a strategy that protects voter integrity. That's number one. And number two, let's start including minorities in the bigger picture.
100% agree.
And blacks in the bigger picture. Minorities, I should say, in the bigger picture.
100% agree.
If not, we're not going to keep winning.
Well,
we cannot let the good old boy program. It hasn't worked.
Look, the Republican Party is truly, even though they don't want to admit it, they truly are the party of the people. The Democrats were always the party of slavery. They were the ones that did it. And when they figured out in the 60s, LBJ said, we're going to flip that because blacks were not Democrat. And he said, we're going to flip that and we're going to have them voting for us for their entire life.
Yeah.
And he was correct. And these are the people that are responsible for civil rights violations, the Ku Klux Klan, basically the Civil War, and all that stuff are the Democrats. And black children are taught to be Democrat from early on. because the Democrat flipped their playbook and said, we're going to make them vote for us, and they're going to like it, and that's what's been going on. And they are finally starting to wake up, and the Republican Party needs to embrace full on, because we are more diverse.
Yep, agreed.
But as long as we have this good old boy, you got to wear a tie.
Yeah, you can't have a pair of work boots on.
Yeah.
We need to get down and dirty, and we need to come up with a strategy where we meet punch for punch.
Yep.
And I hate to take a word out of, sentence out of Michelle Obama. When they go high, we go low.
Mm-hmm.
No. You guys are always low.
Right.
Yeah. Cookie prices are up 32% since President Biden took office. John Kennedy, the senator from Louisiana, posted that this morning on Twitter. Cookie prices up 32% since Biden took office. Okay, I read this wrong. I thought it was why you should have sex on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But it is why you shouldn't have sex on Valentine's Day, according to sex therapists.
What?
Should not.
Well, I apologize.
Is there a day you shouldn't? Because I don't believe that's true.
Because I read the story backwards. I made it happen already. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, they go on to say the sex therapist says the expectation of intimacy can sometimes lead to anxiety and put too much pressure on the partner. That's why you shouldn't have sex on Valentine's Day.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around them saying that there's a day that you shouldn't.
So I recommend you skip sex on Valentine's Day, according to the sex therapist.
So twice the day before and twice the day after to make up for it, right?
But I'm just kind of like, what are you talking about when it comes to anxiety?
Yeah, no doubt.
Let the game come to you.
I think that therapist doesn't have a partner this holiday.
Right.
No, I'm just like, what the hell's the matter with you? All right, education proposal. We'll do one more story. We got to get to the boob of the day. I'll tell you what, let's get to the boob of the day, then we'll come back with this story. Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They can take care of you. They do testosterone replacement therapy. Talk to them about getting your testosterone back up, where your libido's back up, where you can have sex on Valentine's Day, or maybe you will abstain, whatever. Ladies, they can also take care of hormonal optimization. And if you're living in pain, there's no need to live in pain. They offer stem cell therapy. They also offer ozone therapy and the cryogenics chamber. You know, the cool thing about these guys, they use supplements and natural remedies to make you feel better. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the pain management doctor and they're going to shoot me up with another steroid. That's not good for you. Everything they use is natural at Desert Functional. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Check them out today. Or you can go to thedesertfma.com for more information. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So a 43-year-old guy in Florida named Jonathan Whitesides was arrested after he drunkenly drove up to the sheriff's substation on Sunday. He's a mechanic for the local school board, and it all started when he was hauling an airboat and it fell off his trailer right in front of the station. Some of the cops there took notice and saw that he appeared drunk. But before they could nab him, Jonathan left the scene, but later came back with another man named James. Then the two men started arguing, so the cops came back out. One deputy tried to get James to calm down, but then Jonathan took an aggressive stance towards him, charged at him, and yelled in his face. So he was arrested. And 2 breath samples showed his breath alcohol content was 0.334 and 0.307. And just in case you're keeping track, that is way over the legal threshold of 0.08.
Way over.
Way. So he was arrested for drunken and disorderly conduct. And for doing that right in front of the cop substation, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Tom, if you would, the guy that said that he gives himself an injection for cholesterol, if you could go back and get the name of that for me, because I'm reading the side effects to this medicine they put me on. Here you go. Side effects: headaches, stomach pain, weakness, lack of energy, constipation, nausea, muscle aches, pain and tenderness. Wait. There's more. If you drink 2 or more alcoholic drinks per day, you could have a better chance of getting kidney disease, cognitive effect, and memory loss, forgetfulness, confusion. Yes, like I need all that crap.
Yeah, I'll get his number in a second.
You just want the name of it, B, or you want
that number?
Yeah, if you guys can text me that, like you can send it on Messenger.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some research for darn.
That's crazy, B. Come on, man.
I mean, hey, you want me to sound like Tom? Confused? No, yeah.
Well, that's not because of that medicine.
Whatever.
Yeah, Tom says he's not confused because of the medicine.
All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store, Broadmoor Mall, and Hobbs. Look, if you didn't get your Valentine something, go in there. I mean, you don't have to get candy and stuff. I mean, maybe they want a big screen TV. Maybe they want a brand new sofa or love seat or recliner or washer and dryer. That sounds like something Tom would give somebody he loves for Valentine's Day, a washer and dryer.
I did.
Get back in the kitchen.
Did you just say you did?
I did. Wife number one, she got me a VCR, and I got her a washer and dryer.
Well, that for Valentine, I'm surprised it didn't work. And while you're at Rig Outfitters, pick up all your FR jeans, coveralls, shirts, everything you need to work in the patch, including steel-toe boots and more. Rig Outfitters, right next to Scrub Outfitters. They have the largest selection of scrubs in southeast New Mexico. And cool thing is they have everything you need if you're working in the medical field in one location. Scrubs by Peaches, Dickies, Medcouture, and others. And selection of compression socks. All the shapes, all the colors, all the designs, they've got you covered. And comfortable shoes also. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, and the Broadmoor Mall. Check them out today. 901. Looks like educational proposal would reduce federal subsidies and increase accountability. Wouldn't that be a great thing?
You would think.
So federal subsidies would go down, and it would increase accountability. Wow. Higher Education Act, signed into law in 1916 by President Lyndon Baines Johnson, profoundly influences every facet of higher education. But today, law governs federal student aid, including all loans and grants and so on and so forth. But Representative Virginia Fox, Republican from North Carolina, chairman of the House Education and Workforce Committee, introduced H.R. 6951 legislation to reauthorize the Higher Education Act later this month. Her committee voted, and it advanced that bill. It calls for College Cost Reduction Act to go into effect, and that's being considered on the House floor. There would be more accountability from taxpayers. That sounds like a great idea. It'll never pass because common sense is not common anymore. Good news of the day on the way, Tradio and more. Tom in the text quickly.
All right, Tom's not confused, says this text, because of the medicine. He's just a dumb ASS, says that person. And honestly, B, what are you worried about? The medication you basically just described are the side effects of Tylenol, also, says the text. I've never taken Tylenol, so I don't know. Hey, B.
I get concerned when I see that it's going to affect my cognitive ability.
Right.
I don't want to be over here drooling on myself. I mean, we already have one person on the show that does that. We don't need two.
What are you talking about, B? Anyway, hey, B, the Republican Party is considered the rich man's party, and we need a whole makeover just like the Dems did several years ago.
No,
the Democrats
painted them that way.
Outrage the Republican Party every year.
And look, the Republicans didn't put forth the image of being a rich man's party. You got to remember, they're the party of Abraham Lincoln, and he was definitely the working man.
Yeah.
The Democrats painted them with that brush, and they let them do it.
Yeah.
And shout out. Go ahead.
We've been like the party of bend over for a long time.
Right.
A shout out
And
for
we
Valentine. I'm sorry, B. Go ahead.
We're taking it.
Okay, a shout out to Valentine's. Hey, to my hard-working hunk of a husband, Aaron. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you, baby, from his wife, Julie. And happy Valentine's to you all, too. Keep bringing them, 1-877-396-9105. And the texter's saying, voters are not going to save us, says the texter. The Democrats will not give up the power. They have demonized Trump and anyone who votes for or believes in him. That's Tommy.
All right, let's take a break. KWMW, Mount Jamora, 105.1 FM. What you got?
Yes, okay, I can do that. I thought I only had one, but I do have this one. So.
Oh, okay. All right. 905, taking a break, coming back. Good news of the day on the way. Also, we've got Tradio in just a little bit. News this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction and siding services. Look, these guys can do everything. Erect a metal building. They've got you covered. Siding, windows, metal roofs, shingle roofs, seamless gutters. They do it all. What separates them from everybody else? One thing, they show up, ready to work. Their job is to get the job done.
Yeah.
Get the job done the right way. People like Will Rooney rave about these guys. They came out to his house and inspected the job and said, wait, there's one place right there that is not up to our expectation. Will looked at it. Where? Right there. They came out and they replaced that entire side part. Wow. Will couldn't tell the difference, but they could. So that means something. That means something. Look, if you got problems with your roof, they work with the insurance company. Find out more information today. 575-391-1430 or go to SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com for more information. Let's qualify folks for the trip to Disney. We'll come back with the good news of the day on W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. We're going to Disney World.
News, I'm CJ Papa. Violence in our nation's capital. 3 police officers shot, a 4th injured while trying to serve a warrant in southeast Washington, D.C. A police spokesman says the injuries appear to be non-life-threatening. Adding, person was barricaded inside a residence during the standoff. The gunman continued to shoot at officers during the standoff. House Republicans impeach DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Texas Congressman Lance Gooden earlier on Fox.
Secretary Mayorkas has ignored the will of the people. He has not followed the law.
Now it moves to the Democrat-controlled Senate, where Leader Chuck Schumer says the trial will take place at the end of this month. U.S. forces conducting another self-defense strike against one mobile anti-ship cruise missile in Iranian back Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen that was about to launch against ships in the Red Sea. America is listening to Fox News.
Winning is in the air at Inn of the Mountain Gods. We're spreading the love this February during 133,000 Love to Win Cash Cube. Join us Fridays in February from 1 p.m. to 6:50 p.m. to earn points for your chance to snag up to $3,225 cash. Be one of 10 lucky winners every week. Must earn 85 slot points to enter. Must be 21 or older. Visit innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spirit Club booth for details.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to Homeschool PE at the Core. Come play with us in a fun and encouraging environment with various activities for each class and focus on overall fitness, motor skills, and agility development. Classes will be held every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. starting in August. Sessions will continue through May 2024, and classes will not be held in December or on any major holidays. Sign up today on the portal at corehobbs.com.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Wildcats basketball team has stormed out of the district record with a 2-1 mark, losing only to Artesia, but beating Goddard and Portales and using some of their key players to do so. Coach Casey Patrick.
Julian's a senior guard. He does a great job at the point. And then I got Kel as a junior and DeMarcus Thompson that's really stepping up and starting to contribute as rebounds as well as points.
The second half of district begins Friday night when the Wildcats entertain Artesia at 7 p.m.
This is the third time us and Artesia have played, and they're a great team. But
both teams squared off for the first time on December the 8th in a non-district game, where Artesia won 51-38. After the Artesia game, Lovington will travel to Goddard on February the 20th for a 7 p.m. tip-off, and then end the district season at Portales on February 23rd, 7 p.m. tip-off.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
Now back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Paraphrase the phrase in my own neighborhood. The rest of the country's, the world's not a patch on our genes if we do what we want to do.
How stupid can you get?
877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Looks like Kansas City reportedly breaking for possibly a Taylor Swift appearance at the parade today.
Even though they asked her not to come.
Yeah, people in the city are pumped for the parade. They can't wait for the circus to leave town. There are lots of screaming and yelling, and that's just Travis Kelce yelling at people. Yeah, that's it. You thought it was something else, but it's definitely, that's all it is. Looks like Budweiser Super Bowl commercial?
Mm-hmm.
That dog that was on the Budweiser commercial, you have any idea who that dog belongs to?
No. It was a yellow
Kurt
lab,
Russell,
right?
Goldie Hawn.
Really?
Goldie Hawn?
It's an actor. The dog is a dog actor.
Huh. Cool.
That's actually a cool story.
Yeah.
And in Russia, President Vladimir Putin has raised the age to be an officer in the military to 70. I don't know if they run out of younger folks, but 70 is a year.
Well, that means that they don't have to leave until then.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about the Las Cruces man that killed that police officer.
Yeah.
The bystander. Now, we haven't heard much about the bystander that actually shot the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Armando Silva, 29 years old, had that large kitchen knife that stabbed the officer. And the witness then retrieved his own firearm and fatally shot Silva.
Yep, he did.
You know what's crazy is that, police officers, are trained to keep their distance. This guy got to him and fatally stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God there was somebody with a gun there to take care of that.
Right.
Yeah, I hope they don't turn the tables on this guy.
Turn the tables.
The guy that shot the.
I would think not. What did he do wrong?
Well, they say, well, you weren't really defending yourself and all this and that. It's happened in the state.
He was defending the police officer.
Well, you know how it is.
You can't have that.
Oh, no, we can't. U.S. Customs and Border Protection arrested 2 dangerous criminals at the southern border.
Mm-hmm.
Arrested 2 men who tried to enter the country illegally. Officials described both of these dangerous criminals. Both men were caught crossing the border in Texas. Agents arrested both of them at the Fort Hancock station. Both of them have an extensive criminal history. Do you mean not all the people coming across the border are good people? Wow.
You can't say that.
Yeah. Lemon from 1739 sells for $1,800 at an auction.
Yeah.
This lemon goes all the way back. What was that?
The sour taste.
What the heck?
Sound effects.
Just quit trying.
Oh.
That's what you need to do. Quit trying. Have you completely lost your mind?
I just turned him off.
Thank you. God almighty. Let's keep him off.
Are you done now? Okay. You get one chance. If B says cut it off, I'm cutting it back off.
Okay, I'm over it now.
What the hell was that?
The sour taste.
All right, cut him off. He's done for the show. 9:17.
You can come back when B says you can come back.
This thing, that's going to be never. This thing sold for almost $1,800 at auction.
Wow.
I mean, why would somebody want it?
Isn't it kind of shriveled up?
Yes, a lot shriveled up. Looks like Joe Biden's never mind. Tai Chi can actually reduce blood pressure, according to a brand new study. Little Tai Chi. And we're coming up on a 3-day weekend, right? Is that this coming Monday?
Yes, the 19th. Yeah, the 19th.
We're probably not off. Yeah, we don't take those type of holidays off. We work. Anyway, President's Day is Monday to honor our leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And to honor them, we put cars on sale and sell mattresses. That's what we do. Okay.
Yep.
Inmate sentenced to 10 years for stabbing a Chaves County detention officer. Former Chaves County detention inmate who stabbed correction officers multiple times with a screwdriver in 2021 received 10 years sentence. Court documents say that Jesus Robles, 39 years old, received that sentence after changing his initial not guilty plea to no contest, and he was charged. We did talk about the Democratic lawmaker vying to replace Feinstein. Said that she wants $50 an hour. That's not going anywhere. Nowhere. And 30 House Republicans urged GOP to protect Second and Fourth Amendment rights over mass government surveillance bill. So 30 Republicans have stood up against that. Florida cops looking for perpetrators who robbed a Lowe's and a Cookie Monster pajamas. Matching Cookie Monster pajamas.
They just described half a Gen Z.
Yeah. Turns out that the criminals are just like remote workers. Neither are wearing pants.
They may be onto something there.
All right, 919, 90-year-old twin sisters reunite.
Nice.
After being separated for 80-plus years.
Gee. Wow.
So, Marilla Chavez and Adriana Lopez, separated by their parents when their parents died when they were 5 years old, got to meet each other again. They're 90 years old now and been separated for 80-plus years.
Wow.
Crazy.
Great reunion.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners. Find them today. They're in Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Roswell, Artesia. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. Dry clean your clothes, keep you looking good. All American Cleaners. Good-looking day today, 69 and sunny. And then 35 tonight and 69 tomorrow. Weekend weather. Saturday, we have a chance for cold weather. But then Sunday, it warms back up. Craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. All right, 921. Tom in the text, if he's back.
All right, so Mama Bear is laughing because of my impression of a sour lemon.
No,
and
she was laughing that we turned your mic off.
Oh, and J-Dub from Hobbs said, get back on your meds, Tommy. Another one says, whoa, is Tom having a seizure or what? Says the texter. And John from Eunice, on a serious note, he says, guys, remember the Democrats also switched the tables and labeled the Republican Party as the party of war and slavery as well.
Mm-hmm.
Could be further from the truth. But they get the traction on all that crap because the spineless Republicans will not defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that is John from Eunice this morning. And I got a question. This text is asking about the vaccine and blood transfusions. Can somebody that's not vaccinated get a blood transfusion from somebody that's vaccinated and then end up with the vaccine?
It is possible because it's an mRNA vaccine. That's one of the things that the Florida Surgeon General was talking about.
Oh, okay. And a shout out on Valentine's Day. Have a happy birthday to my sister and happy Valentine's to Rosa from Lucinda. Thank you very much and have a happy one too.
Thank you, Tom. Virginia woman arrested after allegedly swinging a medieval sword at a police officer. Yeah. Yeah, hey, congratulations there. I think you've been watching too much TV. Yeah.
Right?
You want to wean yourself off some of those shows.
She was on her way to the Renaissance Festival.
Yes. So the Virginia woman faces charges she actually swung the medieval sword at the police officer and another person. Locked up in the Leesburg Police Department, the detention center, 35-year-old Alexander Hopkins. Congratulations. Yeah. You did swing the big sword, though. Yes. China cancels Argentina's soccer team games. You know who plays on Argentina's team, right?
Messi? Is that his name, Messi?
Messi.
Messi, yeah.
So local authorities in Beijing announced over the weekend they no longer host friendly games that were scheduled in March featuring Argentina's national team. No, see, if somebody is better than China,
right, they don't get
they want no part of that.
Right.
I mean, why would they? New York's chief of police talking about people on patrol saying they've seen an uptick in violence coming from migrants staying at migrant shelters. they say that the numbers are trending even bigger than what they thought they would be.
Well,
no problem here.
Well, how
no
could that be, Kevin? When they release their criminals and insane asylums and stuff like that, when they open their jails and send them all up here, how could they have problems with violence and stuff?
Yeah, quit looking over here. Looks like former pro wrestler has been charged, and his wife's death, according to police in Portland. They went to the home, and they discovered the wife, and former pro wrestler is expected to be booked in the jail in connection with his wife's death.
Uh-oh.
Police called to the home in Portland's Lent neighborhood. Officers say that they discovered that the woman was dead. 85-year-old Jeanette Beecraft was pronounced dead, and it was ruled a homicide by gunshot.
Oh, my.
They took into custody her husband, William Albert Haynes Jr. By the way, Haynes is 70, remains in the hospital. He's a former wrestler, pro wrestler. That's what he did for a living. All right, wrap up text if you would. By the way, morning show this morning being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. Get in there for the burritos this morning. And if you can't get in there for the burritos, get in there for the lunch special. You can go to the Facebook page, check out the lunch special right now, Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill on Facebook. You get all the meat specials and the daily lunch specials right there on Facebook. All you have to do is like them, and you can get it all. Look, these guys have 30-plus years of experience in the meat market business. They're experienced when it comes to a full-service meat counter. That's what they have at the Butcher Block, full-service meat counter. You want meat custom cut? Not a problem. They'll cut it whatever way you want it. They also have brisket and ribs and all kind of other stuff ready to go, smoked and ready to go. Get in there and get that. And don't forget hamburger patties. Buy them. They're frozen. Cook them as you need them. Call them today for an order in advance, 575-739-7778, 1422 South Main in Lovington. Check them out today. Good news of the day up next, Tom.
All right. Texas trying to be funny. What are you going to get your blow-up doll for Valentine's? Says the texter. Haven't decided yet. And B, this texter's asking, what's wrong with your voice? Are you sick?
Why would I be sick?
I just want to point out he downplayed that where he said he hadn't decided yet.
So, and another texter says, that background noise, it's aggravating.
It is aggravating. They'll be gone tomorrow.
Gone tomorrow. And, you know, we talked about... Go ahead.
This studio is lots of insulation, concrete building, but I have lots of glass.
There
so
you
I'm
go.
thinking about investing in those metal pull downs that go over the glass.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that. But that's the last disco for like four months.
They like to party down there. Hey, Jody from Lovington says, you know, B, that 65 building you were talking about, man, we sure could take care of our veterans. Says Jody.
Oh,
sure could. And
one more text before we go back to you. The New Mexico Republican Party, they need a new statewide leader. Says the text.
Only if you want to win.
So we'll see how that goes.
If you like losing, then stick with what you got, because that's what you've been doing.
Yep, no doubt. All right, good news of the day this morning being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 1109 West Avenue D, or 575-396-0513. Let him take care of all your insurance, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, and he can take care of it all. Rustin Hayes, call him today, 575-396-0513, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a couple in Minneapolis were remodeling their bathroom when they found a pair of love letters behind a wall.
Oh.
And those love letters could be 100 years old. Both were written by the same person, possibly a teenager, who signed his name John B. But he wrote the letters to two different girls. Maybe that's why he hit him in the wall.
Right.
They're still trying to find out who John B. is, though. But before they sealed the wall back up, they left a picture of themselves in it with a note for the future homeowners to find as well.
Nice.
So, interesting there.
Play.
Yeah, right. The Colorado Springs Police Department held its 5th annual Valentine's Day card contest for kids. They get handed out to cops, and the prize for the best card is always a stuffed animal. A pre-K class won this time with an American flag-themed card, and they're even going to get 7 stuffed unicorns for the class. And finally, an aquarium in New Hampshire used non-toxic paint and had their otters create 25 Valentine's Day cards, along with 10 paintings to auction off for charity. And they call the cards Ottergrams.
Really?
And B, that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel, Rust, and Hayes. We got to get out of here. Tradio is coming up next. News being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. They've got the experience to take care of you. Find out more information, 575-631-1999. Call them today. Got heating and air conditioning issues. Give them a call today. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Tom, we'll see you tomorrow.
All righty. I'm looking forward.
Blake, we'll see you tomorrow. Blake, anything wrong with my voice?
No. Sounds normal.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, all the modulation, everything's good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm 9:30. We're out of here. Tradio coming up next.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases.